FDMG!
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Umar Johnson. I am a certified school psychologist.
Hi, Dr. Umar. I'm so happy that you're my principal. I love FDMG. Can you tell me about the school?
We are going to make history. We are going to shock the world. We are going to transform the entire community, one black boy at a time. In this school, you don't have to worry about special education. In this school, you don't have to worry about ADHD diagnoses. In this school, you will never get a phone call from a teacher or an administrator telling you that your child needs dangerous psychiatric medication in order to get an education.
All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. I hope you guys have had a wonderful couple of weeks. I'm back. I do have some gardening stuff going on outside, so you guys have to excuse the noise. But let's get into it. Here we go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG it's coming. 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 Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
All right, everyone. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. We got problems to start. Okay, we got a couple of problems. Number one, the gardeners outside. Number two, the lighting keeps changing. I think there's a storm coming through. So during this live stream, I'm going to have to adjust as we go on the fly my exposure and gain. So I do like that, just so that I think this is good right here. We'll keep it like right here. But as it changes, we'll update and change. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. I took a week off, a week early. It turns out to be 2 weeks all together because sometimes I just need some time. But I want to thank everyone for being patient. And there's plenty to get into with Umar. He's been ranting. From what he said, he's been banned off of Instagram again for, I guess, a couple of weeks. We'll have to wait and see. Never trust anything this guy says. Same thing. He said that Kamala Harris contacted him, or her team contacted him and said they would pay him $10,000. Didn't happen. Umar's a habitual liar. And sometimes people send him stuff to troll and he'll just believe it and he'll run with it. See, here go the lighting again. Up here looking like Jesus. Jesus done came into the room, family. Let me fix that. I don't want nobody getting the wrong idea. I ain't going home. I ain't going home to glory. That's right now. Not yet. I got a little time left. Never, ever trust anything that this guy says. He may not even be banned off of Instagram right now. This guy lies so much. He's a habitual liar. He's been going at Kamala. Kamala Harris going at her back. And no, they didn't reach out to him. That's just someone texted him that foolishness probably. And Umar, he just runs with it. And he's a habitual liar. You know what? I've been doing some deep research, and I've done so much into Umar, but I've gone even deeper over the last week, maybe a little over a week. And I'm revving up to something. I'm not quite sure yet, but there's so much that I've found that shows just how much of a manipulative liar this guy is. And he has some histrionics going on. And I want to read that to you all before we get into this, because even as he's going off on Kamala Harris, everything is over the top. It's unnecessary. We're going to get in a video today that was released yesterday, where Umar's being interviewed and he just rants and rages. He's out of control. But the other thing, it's just him also acting. He does have some emotional disturbance where he can't contain his emotions. But there's another part of this, and I know this for a fact now, because I've gone back to 2000. What was it? 2010 with Umar. 2009, 2008, 2007, 2006 to 2005. And if you guys go back and you do the research, he was doing the same thing back then. It's just now it's all the way over the top. Okay, so that's what we're going to mainly focus on today. He did another video where he ranted against Kamala. Here we go again. I'll say Kamala because there was a wrestler named Kamala back in WWF. So I apologize, no disrespect. But there's another video where he's going at her that I want to get to as well. Okay, let me read something to you all before we get into the video for today. I want to quick question. Thank you all so much for being here. If you guys are a member, thank you for being a member on my YouTube page. If you are a mod here, thank you so much for being a moderator on my YouTube page. I want to read something to you. I want to give you guys a definition of histrionic personality disorder, a mental health condition that affects the way a person thinks, perceives, and relates to others. A person with histrionic personality disorder seeks attention, talks dramatically with strong opinions, is easily influenced. Now, that's the catchy one with Umar. Okay, but I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. Has rapidly changing emotions, just like my lighting in here, and thinks relationships are closer than they are. You guys know I've gone back, and Umar used to talk about how social media makes people think that they're really organizing and they're really close to each other. No, well, guess what? Here we are all these years later, and that's all Umar is. He's a social media influencer who claims to be doing all these things, but he's not doing anything. And he thinks that he's close to all these people, and that it's a movement, and that there's organization taking place. No organization whatsoever. It's not a movement. It's just Umar gets on, he rants and he rages. I'll give you an example of that today. And people, for some reason, perceive that to be work, as he calls it. They perceive that to be community building, as they call it, as Umar calls it. But nothing is really happening. Okay, this histrionic disorder, personality disorder, Umar clearly, to me. Now, there's one thing in here that the idea that he's easily influenced. When it comes to his opinions, he thinks that it's his way or the other way, or the highway. It's black or white. He's always right. Everyone else is always wrong. And if you have a differing opinion, he's gonna yell you down. He's gonna shout you down. He's gonna get belligerent and starts ranting and raging. That's where the lack of emotional control comes in. However, I do know this, that with Umar, we have influenced Umar to do certain things. Cookie Crush Chat, have we not? Cookie Crush Chat is undefeated. We're going for the win. Cookie Crush Chat is undefeated. We're going for the win. Okay. We've influenced Umar to do certain things that he would not have done otherwise over the years. So in that sense, Umar is easily influenced. He watches these videos. He watches the Cookie Crush Chat. He hears what we say, hit the one, and he will act accordingly. In fact, I remember we did this video, we were talking about Umar's contradictions, and then all of a sudden he started talking about contradictions in his videos over and over and over again. No. You watch these videos. We've influenced you to do that. You're supposed to be the big social media influencer, but we influence the big social media influencer to do certain things and to say certain things and act certain ways. Okay? So, histrionic personality disorder, mental health condition that affects the way a person thinks, perceives, and relates to others. A person with histrionic personality disorder seeks attention, talks dramatically with strong opinions, is easily influenced, has rapidly changing emotions, and thinks relationships are closer than they are. Okay, that's Umar. By the way, someone said that inside the video that I played with the cartoon that Umar's skinny. I have video where Umar was skinny. PC, I've gone back without saying too much because I'm not making any commitments at this time. But I've been in that investigative mode over the last week and a half. I'm going back here, 2004, compare charter school opens. 2007, Umar Johnson misrepresented himself as a doctor. He did not have a doctorate until 2012. But in 2007, he was misrepresenting himself as a doctor. He was getting paid doctorate level money. Okay, he's a scam. He was a scammer back then. That's 2007. 2008, Umar says he serves as a certified school psychologist in 2008. Then he says that he's a principal of public school in 2014. And then he says that he's still a principal in 2014. That's September 6th. And then 2014, he says he resigns as a principal from a charter school in September 26th. And then in 2018, Umar says he resigned as a certified school psychologist. That's in 2018. He's all over the place. Things overlapping. 2009, 2010. I have a video where Umar, if you guys look at Umar back then, what you realize is that, yeah, he was fairly thin. But you know what changed? When he started the St. Paul school scam and that money started coming in. And ever since that time, Umar we've seen him. He's gotten bigger. Sometimes he gets small from turning the heat down, but he's also gotten lazier and lazier where he's just laying in the bed in motel rooms. Umar Johnson followers, you guys are supporting his lifestyle. He ain't done a doggone thing except run his mouth. But if you guys go back and look at the timeline, I got 2010, 2011, getting into 2013. I got all of the receipts right here, and I can pull things up. I'm not making a commitment quite yet. 2012, 2013. When you get into 2014, when that money starts coming in, that's when Umar begins to change on many different levels. And since that time, it's been a circus. And what we're going to see today is going to be, I will consider to be one of the big events of this Big Papa circus. All right. Black Wolf says, cut to the chase. Is there any truth to them abandoned buildings being put on the auction block? To the best of my knowledge, no, they have not. People have speculated that for quite some time. I have not received any information. If it comes to me, I'll report on it. There are people who said that he hasn't paid taxes, but the last time I checked, it looks like he did pay. There's zero balance due on the taxes on those properties. Okay, I've always been. I'm not going to twist anything. I'm not going to make anything up. I'll report as the information is, as it comes to me. I investigate it, and if I can verify it, I verify it. I share with you guys. From what I've seen, the taxes have been paid. Okay, now there's other bills that are due though associated with those properties, including the vacant property list. They're still on the vacant property list. Could the city come and take those properties away for these buildings being on the vacant property list for now 5.5 years? Probably. I'm not quite sure about that. That's something that someone can research. Okay. Thanks, Black Wolf, for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you all again for tuning on in. I appreciate it. Last Sam is in the building, and X Friedman and Techie. You should hear. I don't know if you're into tech, but you should hear. You guys should. Somebody remind me later. You should hear Umar talking about the IT department that he's going to have at that school. This is an old video that probably none of y'all have seen. If someone reminds me later, just remind me. I'll pull it up and show you. It's one of my jaw dropped. I was like, what? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get into it. Broken promises or palm trees. How's it going? Says I'm late, but what did this fool do now? Okay. We're going to get into the video now. What's up with the picture though? That's Umar though. That's Umar. Umar, he's such a character. Oh, you've seen it? Okay, you've seen it. Okay, this is old school stuff. I got it in my notes right here. If someone remind me later, I'll pull it up. Thanks for becoming a new member, Kev. We got a whole lot of videos. In fact, I transferred over about 20 to 25 videos like a week and a half ago that were public. Transfer them over to being just for members, only dealing with Umar. But we got a whole archive up there, so there's plenty of content for y'all. If y'all ever get bored, like if I'm not uploading enough for you guys, and you want to get more Umar content, just become a member, and it's well worth it. We got so many videos up there going back years. Okay. All right. Thanks, Kev. I appreciate it. I don't think it's necessary. Make sure you or your mouth put a disclaimer that you have not personally conducted a cycle. No, I have not personally conducted. I've never presented such. So I don't think it's necessary to put out a disclaimer. What I'm saying is that Umar does present some characteristics of what would be called histrionic personality disorder. That's all I'm saying. Just same thing when I say that he has narcissistic personality traits. No, I haven't diagnosed the guy. But from what I've seen in his behavior and how his mannerism, how he behaves, it's clear to me that he does have some mental health issues, okay, unaddressed. All right. So let's get into it. Let me pull up the first video for today. Again, thank you so much for everyone for tuning on in. Here we go. It's actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up, and then I got to find the actual section of the video that we're going to watch. So give me 1 second. Yeah, we'll skip through because they show a little introduction with Umar's acting a fool. All right, and this came out yesterday, and there's like maybe 5 clips from this video we'll take a look at during this live stream. All right, here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio.
Black men have always been the threat, always been the threat. So if we can just come together, stop fighting each other, and fight together with each other against our true enemies, we will be unstoppable. The African people are waiting for black men to collaborate. We got to get there.
Next question. What is the status of the school?
All right, here we go. I ain't seen this part. Here we go. Here we go. It's been 20 years, y'all. It's been 20 years. At first, I was like, no, it's been since 2010, and that would have been 14 years. But no, this goes back to at least 2005. He said before 2005, so we can safely say 20 years. And I've been going back into all the old Umar Johnson videos and archiving them, taking notes, and putting together a clear, and I can't even say concise because there's so much that I've already gotten into a timeline dealing with Umar Johnson. And I'm thinking about actually moving forward and producing the next documentary. I haven't made a commitment yet, but I'm doing the research. Okay. What's up, Lenon? Hope all's well. Thank you so much, Black Dot 95. Everything's going well. Hope everything's going well with you. I appreciate that. And thanks for the super chat as well. Let's go here. So let's get into this right here. And again, I don't want people running around saying, no, Lenon he's working on Now, did I go into Premiere Pro and start? Yes. But I ain't making no promises because the time investment is crazy. All right. But I've been doing my research and pulling the receipts. I found so much stuff that'll just blow your mind with this guy. Do you guys know, Black Dot 95, that Umar, there was a time, he don't do it anymore, but there was a time where he was promoting a black conscious school district. You can't make this up. Has anyone ever heard that hit the one? Umar used to promote that he was going to create a black conscious school district. This guy can't even rub 2 pennies together talking about I'm gonna put a school. I saw this video. I'm telling y'all, Umar was talking because Umar he be bullshitting. Okay, and when he bullshitting, that's what he do. He started doing like this. Did he start this? His imagination start going wild. But this guy was talking and he said, you know what my greatest fear is? I was like, what is your greatest fear, Umar? That you got to get a job? That's not the first thing. But not Umar. He said, my greatest fear is that before I open this school, that the African country or government, they're going to contact me. They're going to want me to come over and create a school district or a mental health program for the country. I can pull it up and show it to you all right now because I got it in my notes. Okay. This guy is nuts. All right. My notes is 37 pages long so far in Word document. All right. Okay. Thanks, Black Dot. Let's get back to it. No, I'm not lying. I can pull it up and show it to you. What's up, Dr. J. Kelly? I got your email too. Thank you. I appreciate it, bro. What's up, Erica? I can pull it up. If y'all want me to, remind me later, or we can do a second show and we can just call it the pull-up show. I'll just pull up. So I can't remember what the first thing was, but the second thing was that Umar's his greatest fear, right? Boy, his greatest fear. And the other one was, I can't even remember what it was. Anybody remind me? Post inside the chat room. Let me tell y'all something. Douglas, let me tell you something. No. Umar don't want the smoke from Gilbert Arenas. He'll deal with Steve Harvey, but he don't want the smoke from Gilbert Arenas. He don't. That's another reason why I want to do this documentary part 2, because part of it would be dealing with all of the black men that Umar has attacked over the years. And I have videos where he's saying things like, all we do is criticize each other and fight against each other. Well, that's all Umar do is criticize black people. Let me tell you all something else about Umar. Umar despises black people who have power, because Umar's main objective in life is power, control, and sex. And all of it's interconnected. You can throw food in there too. Power, control, sex, and food. You can throw those 4 things in there and turn the heat down. We'll do 5. Okay. But understand that what Umar, he has a seething hatred for people who have black people who have power. Like when Barack Obama, he hate. And I noticed it when I was doing this old research stuff, looking at videos from 2010, 2012, going 2011, 2010, 2019. Excuse me, why I got 19 right there? Oh, he was an expert witness for a misdiagnosis case for comparative charge. That was in 2019. That's something totally separate. I apologize. But 2010. The reason I'm bringing this up is because right now Umar sees what's happening in the political arena, and if he sees someone who is black or who is perceived to be black, like Miss Harris, he goes all in because he wants power, he wants control, he wants the attention. In fact, I can pull up videos where Umar's talking about as if he's the president of the black America. Some of the weirdest schnizzle that you'll ever see. So whenever he sees black people who are very successful, who have power, he attacks them. But that's because he wants that power. He wants that fame. He wants their level of money. See, he wants their level of influence. He don't want to deal with Gilbert. I guarantee you that right now. He'll deal with Steve. But Gilbert, no, he don't want that smoke. Umar's dad is at the DNC leading. Okay, well, guess what? Let's ask a question. Was Umar up there? No, but wasn't Umar telling black people that we need to go up there and we need to take over and all this food? Oh my God, you guys. In this one video, Umar was talking about sabotaging white people and the kind of I can't believe this guy. He's something else. He is. He really is. Anyway, did he go up there and do anything? No, he didn't do it. He's probably in a hotel room chilling somewhere, lazy. But he will criticize people, black people, whether they're black or perceived to be black, like Miss Harris, and he'll do that. But he does that because he wants to be in their position. He wants to be in the position of Obama. And as I've been going through these older videos, he has a seething hatred for Obama. He really does. Okay, there's so much more I can pull up too. Let me get to these other super chats. Let me get to the video. Black Dot says, "I know you're not. This is Umar." Yeah, I know. But there's so much that I can pull up. Let me just do something real quick. What was the other? Anyone remember what was the other thing I brought up about Umar? His greatest fear, and there was something else. It was the IT thing. The IT thing, and then the other thing that just came to mind. Hold on, because I lost it when I heard this one. Sabotage. This is from a video from 2014, around the time of the Michael Brown situation, and the type of stuff that Umar. I'm also tracking at every month, whatever month in whatever year where Umar he talks about how much money he's raised. I'm tracking that too. So in 2016, he said he was at $185,000. That he said he was raising $70,000 a month for FDMG. He gave an update on St. Paul's. He also said in the same video that they're on their way to $1 million. And then in 2014, December 7th of 2014, he said that they were at $230,000, that they raised $230,000 in 5 or 6 months. How much y'all think he's raised over the last decade then? That's what I'm saying, $2.5, $2.6 million. The tax, by the way, Umar did file with the IRS the tax situation for 2023, and he had reported over $200,000. This guy's raised millions of dollars by now. Anyway, thanks, Black Dot. User 225 says, why hasn't Umar called out Kendrick Lamar? No, he did. He did. No. He has called out Kendrick Lamar. He did. Umar's been taking shots at him too. Anyone else see that? See, but he always takes shots at people who are more successful than him. He takes shots, and meanwhile, he's homeless. He's always taking shots at people. See, Umar wanted to be a rapper. That's why when I could pull up the video where he's talking about he's singing because even Big Papa, that's sourced from Biggie Smalls. Okay, but the Tupac thing, I can pull that video up. He knows the lyrics and all that stuff. He wanted to be a politician. He wanted to be a pastor. See, these are all the people that he attacks all the time. See? And yeah, he has attacked Kendrick Lamar too more recently. Anyone else notice I hit the one? Black Anonymous, I found so much stuff. I'm really thinking about moving forward and doing part 2. And it won't be one video. I would break it up into sections, maybe 25 minutes each. And it would with what I'm finding now and all of the research that I'm putting in, by the time I'm done with the research, I figured it'd probably be 4 or 5, maybe 6 hours altogether, but just break it up over time. I'm really thinking about. There's so much I found more recently that it's incredible. Broken Palm Tree says, as members of these as members of the lot of kids club, Lenon. Yeah, I got a gang of them. My cosmic cookie queen and I are congratulations, 10. We already have three sets of twins. We are both 48. How do you do 3 sets of twins? I'm trying to think. That's 6 kids right there. It should have been 3. You got 6 of them. Wow, bro! And congratulations. So you going for 10? So 6. You had 6. You did twins is 6, and you got 4 other ones, and you got 1 more. No, that don't make no sense though. You said you're expecting your 10th. Okay, so you got 6 sets of twins. It makes 6, and so you must have 3 other ones. Yeah, 3 other ones, and then you got 1 more on the way. Well, God bless you. I'm too old. I'm serious. I'm too old. I wouldn't mind, but at this point, I'm just too old. I mean, more power to you at 48. That's why your picture looking like that. All right, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't. I'm too old. I just can't. I just can't. Thanks for super chat. User 225 says Umar never calls out non-black people. Why? Very rarely. He mainly attacks black people, and he does it. He's been doing it since going all the way back from my research in the early days that he first appears online. See, the thing is, Umar doesn't appear online in video form consistently until about 2011. Okay, there's videos 2010. You may find something here and there in 2009. But he doesn't really become consistently until in and around towards the end of 2010, going into 2011. And once he gets online 2011, he's on consistently. And from what I've been observing in my research, no, he doesn't really talk about white people. Now, he may say things like white supremacy, but he never really targets a particular white person. But he's always targeting black people. And that's consistent going all the way back to when he first started doing YouTube video, or not even YouTube, but he started to appear on YouTube. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's get into it. Yeah. You can send all your boys to FDMG. Did you say you have all boys too? Hold on one second. I remember of the Lot of Kids Club, my cosmic cookie queen. We already have 3 sets of okay. So the 3 sets of twins are all boys. Okay, so that doesn't mean that all the kids is boys, but you got 3 sets of 6 of them are all boys. All right. Again, congratulations. More power to you. That's all I can say. Okay, what's up, Stein? All right, let's get into it. Let me go ahead and get into this because we're already 30 minutes in. I know I took a couple of weeks off, but I'm back in full effect. My children are back at school, so I get to keep the house clean while I'm here, and then I can live stream during the day. All right, so here we go. This is a video from yesterday. And again, thank y'all so much for being here. Everyone, Miles, thanks for being here. Everyone who sent some super chats, thank you so much. Also, I just want to tell y'all I love y'all. All right. Here we go.
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey. What is the status of the school? Well, tomorrow morning I got to meet with a door contractor.
This motherfucker. Yeah, exactly tomorrow morning. He always do that shit. He said, you know, I just talked with somebody, and then I also talked with. Y'all know that he can't. The excuse he came up with for the St. Paul's College, boy. Oh my God, this guy. This is all he do. He was doing the same thing back then in 2014. Listen, y'all do realize that Umar was talking about FDMG. He conceptualized it in 2005, but I have evidence of him talking about FDMG going back where he's doing it in video form. Let me see. Well, let me get off. That's why I've been focusing so much on that. So let me not get carried away. Anyway, what is Umar talking about? There's always something with this guy. Now he says a door what is a door contractor? Yeah, it's on Monday or tomorrow morning, or I just talked with someone and a friend of mine just 2 days ago. Yeah, yeah. Now it's the door contractors. It's always something. It was the white lawyer. It was the Cookie Crush chat. It was LenonHonor. You know, there was the blueprints. It was the HVAC tech. It was Brother Jose. It's always something with this guy. Now he's gotten all the way down to a door contract. I don't even know what a door contractor is, to be honest with you. I could put it in a door myself. I don't even know what a door. I ain't never heard someone say, "What? Could you have a door contractor come through?" You have a general contractor who is the one that usually organizes everything in these regards. But this guy is looking for a door contractor every time. Yeah, Umar, go to Doors R Us. Quit playing. What you need to do. FDMG and the D stands for door. Yeah. Family doors. Much, I don't know. Let me check something up. Oh, here we go. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be back, everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. What she's all right, don't worry about it. Yeah, I might have to go pick my daughter up. But let me text her and see. Okay, let me do this. Let me go ahead and start playing this, and then I'm gonna call my daughter real quick. I'll be right back.
I want to get some new doors. The doors we got are good. You know, they're secure.
Yeah, look at them scratching.
But they're old. And since the school is 15 years old, physically the school is 15 years old. Mm-hmm. We've had it for 5 of those 15. I want to give it a fresh look. So I want fresh doors. We got another paint job, another layer of paint. We got some floors to cover up. Once we cover up the floors, put that other layer of paint, it's time for inspection. We at the finish line. I hope to be applying for the inspection before summer ends. And some might say, why not next week? Something always comes up every time you're at the finish line. Something always comes. Some little fix this, you know. But we right there, you know. So my thing is, let's get the building permitted before the end of the summer so we can have a grand opening probably for Kwanzaa. But we're going to start educating the children next summer, though, because we need time to get ready. We can't do it that fast. Sure. But we right there. We dancing around the finish line. And, you know, people always ask me, so what's going to be the date? I can't give a date. I've had like 6 dates, and I violate every date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you didn't have 6 dates, Umar. What are you talking about? You said it was going to open in 2013. You said it was going to open potentially in I said it was going to open in 2013. You said it's going to potentially open in 2014. I can pull up receipts on all this. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, now 25. What is that? 13. You've changed the date. Do I hear that right? This guy lies so much, it's incredible. 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now you're saying 25. That's 13. You've changed the date 13 times, and you've been talking about it since 2000. Well, anyway, this guy, he lied. But what does he say? This is what I'm saying. Umar, he's a habitual liar. What does he say? I've only changed it. I don't even what he say 6 times to minimize the truth that this guy's been lying now for 20 years about opening up a school, and that he's changed the date 13 times already. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's already setting it up. Contracted because Umar paid for the glory. You talk about his peephole, his peephole. Umar wanted to get a peephole. Anybody know any door? That's what Umar calls it. He says he needs a door. Why my daughter? She ain't text me back. Yeah, I might have to leave anyway. But anyway, it's part of being a daddy. Let me go back and hear what he said. I think he said 6 times.
Because we need time to get ready. We can't do it that fast.
Sure.
But we right there. We dancing around the finish line. And, you know, people always ask me, so what's going to be the date? I can't give a date. I done had like 6 dates and I violate every date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said 6. He's such a liar. That's another lie. And he knows that he's changed the date so many different times.
Because one thing this has taught me, when you institution building, don't give out no dates till the institution done. The biggest mistake I made was I thought I could predict. Nah, wait till you completely done and then give out a date. But we right there at the finish line. Floors and doors, and floors, walls, and doors, and we done.
floors and doors. Umar said floors and doors. And look how defeated he looks too. Yeah. He's dancing around he's dancing around the finish line. Remember, Umar said the Democrats, I think he said 2 million. Wasn't it 2 million? I can't remember how much he said, but he did one. That's what I'm saying. Umar, he lies a lot. He one time he said the Democrats gave him $1 million or $2 million. I don't even know what he said they gave it to him for, but he posted it was on his Instagram page. I could find it. But same thing with Kamala Harris, wanting to pay him $10,000. That didn't happen. But Umar, he says stuff. This guy, he's a habitual liar. Even sitting up here right here, he's just lying. My daughter, I texted her. She ain't called me back or text me back. Let me call her. Real quick. Anyone ever ask? I got this picture right here. No, I don't. I don't think I have that one. Where'd you get that one from? Because I got these other ones too I can pull up. I don't think I have that one. Let's let those one on his ID. Anyone ever asked Umar about the bank robbery he allegedly witnessed in 1990? I do remember him saying something about that, but it's not firm in my memory. He said, yes, I can't remember. I thought I remember hearing him say something like that in a video, but I don't think I have the video where he said that. Ain't no telling with this guy. He lies so much. Never take anything that he says at face value. That Kamala Harris gave him 10,000, or like Black Wolf saying that the Democratic Party was going to send him $1 million. Okay, don't take any of that at face value. He lies all the time, just like he's blatantly lying inside the video that we're watching here right now. Even the idea that he just needs to get the floors done, and that he needs to floors and doors and whatever and walls, whatever he said. No, there's so much more work than we're talking millions of dollars to get these trap vandals up to code. It's been going on now since he acquired these abandoned buildings for 5.5 years. But the truth is that he conceptualized FDMG in 2005, and he's been talking about it intermittently for over 15 years now. He's changed the date. What did I say? 16 times now, the grand opening date. See, so maybe he did witness a bank robbery. Maybe he did. Never take anything that this guy says at face value. By the way, Dr. Ramu Ifatunde, if you have that picture or you have a link to where I can find it, can you send it to me? Because I don't think I have that one. I got these other ones that I found more recently as I've been doing this deeper research into Umar, but I don't think I have that one right there. I think that's from an ID. Okay. Mixture Smile. How's it going with Mixture Smile? Because it says, not one time has Umar spoke about treating the black mold on the walls or floors. Black mold will unalive you faster than cancer. Yeah. And we have the video where Umar is inside of the gym. No, if she went. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm texting my daughter. Okay. I might still have to go pick her up, but she gonna catch Uber. Check. So I tell you, I've been on daddy duty for like almost a year now. I've been on super daddy duty. It's all good though. I love my babies, each and every one of them. Okay. Yeah, she was actually worrying about her sister because the sister got on the bus, but she didn't get on it. So that's what she's been texting me about, making sure my other daughter go on the bus so that she won't get on Uber and leave the other daughter. I said, no, she hear it out. Anyway, yeah, we have the video, and I apologize, people. This family, my kids. Mixers Monica, we have the video where they were inside the gym, and I can pull it up, but they were inside the gym and they were, I think they were mopping or something like that. I think that's that video. And there's a guy that was walking, and he walked by this little area, and he was like, there's black mold over there. Umar was like, oh, we'll take care of that. Like it's no big deal. And if there's mold on the drywall, understand that it's not just on the surface. Okay, it's probable that there's mold on the outside too. And if memory serves me right, that was around the time. And so here's the thing, I have a sense that gym has flooded over the years because he hasn't shown it in a couple of years now. He hasn't shown the other side of the street in like 5 years, but he hasn't showed the inside of that gym for over a year now. I have a sense that there's other stuff going on in there where it's gotten so bad that he doesn't even want to show people anymore. And it could be the mold. It could be the mold. That's why when he says things like, you know, we're almost done, he's not almost. There's mold remediation that needs to take place. When they come in to do the inspections of that property, they're going to take air samples and everything in order to pass inspection. And I guarantee they're going to find all kind of crazy stuff that's in toxins in the air where there's all types of remediation that's going to need to take place, not just in the gym, but in these other areas in the school. There's a leak in the roof. And I know where it's at too, because I'm sorry for going off, but there's an area. You walk down these hallways and you'll see that there's water damage on the ceiling where the ceiling tiles would be, or at least you can tell. He's missing a lot of ceiling tiles. But if you look on the ground just below that, you'll see how all the tile flooring, it's all separated and stuff. That's from who knows how many years of water damage taking place. And in that area, it's almost like water has poured through there so much that it's dislodged the tiles. And there's tiles just scattered all over the place. Well, that's all water damage. Who knows what's taking place up there too, up above too, dealing with mold. There's no telling. There's no HVAC work operating up there, even though there's people who have said that no. If there's HVAC working, then Umar would have had it running when they're up there painting, and they wouldn't be up in there sweating like they were sweating. See, with toxic fumes, with no ventilation taking place. See, who knows how bad it is, and in particular in that gym, I guarantee you, that's why Umar. Well, I can't guarantee you, but I will say that I think it's likely that whatever is taking place in that gym has gotten so bad, it could deal with the mold too, that Umar doesn't even want to go in there anymore. There was a time where he was talking about how he was going to turn one of the rooms inside the gym into his office. And he was trying to get it ready and put carpet in there and put a little heater in there. He's doing all kind of crazy stuff, trying to get paint and all that stuff. Never came into fruition. So who knows what's happened inside of there since the last time he showed it. Yeah. Yeah, never play around with mold, any type of mold, but that black mold, it'll unalive people. Okay, it's not to be played with. Thanks, Mr. Monica. Did I miss anybody else real quick? Okay, I got Iceman Vamp, the door tech, yeah, contractor, FDMG stand, yeah, door con. Okay, I got. Okay, I think I'm caught up with the earlier ones. And then Iceman Vamp says floors and doors is about 2 days worth of work. Not for Umar. I remember on the, I think it was on the Breakfast Club. He said in other places too, where he said that he only had 3 weeks of work that needs to be done, renovation work. Okay, that was years ago when he said that. So you mean to tell me he couldn't get 3 weeks worth of work? No, there's, I mean, many months of work that needs to be done by professionals. And by Umar being a one-man team trying to do it himself, there's no way. And he knows it. That's why when he's talking like this, look at his demeanor. He already knows it's over with. He's defeated. Floors, doors, mattresses, gardening, hardware store. Yeah. I got some videos of Umar talking about gardening too that'll blow y'all mind from back in the day. See, I'm so tempted to get into these receipts. One of the things I was thinking about doing, I don't know if it would be an efficient use of y'all's time, but what I do is when I watch these videos of the old stuff with Umar, and I'm archiving stuff and I'm putting them in a timeline. And it's not that I archive all of them, but anything that's dealing with FDMG or where he's talking about a timeline relevant stuff, like when he got his degrees, what degrees he got, when and where he was working. You guys would be surprised about the information I found about that stuff, compared charter school included. But anything dealing with that type of timeline stuff, dates that he gives in terms of how much money he's collected on this month, this year, that kind of stuff. I'm archiving those particular videos, and then I have timestamps. Okay, I got 37 pages already worth of it. But what I was thinking of doing is instead of doing it on my own, do it as a live stream, and just, you know, we can watch them all together if you guys want to come in and watch them. But it's more for research purposes. I wouldn't be giving much commentary. And then what I tend to do is I'll put it on two times speed, so that if it's a 30-minute video, it takes 15 minutes. And that's how I've been able to go through a whole bunch of stuff over the last week and a half. Okay, thanks, users 225. I can't believe Umar said floors and doors. Mixed Response says the kids will need to wear a hazmat suit to go to a school at FDMG. Yeah. There's also the issue of the foundation. There was one of the big issues of those buildings was that there's foundation repair, that because the foundation, what do they call that? It failed. And this was in 2000, I want to say 2009. I have to go and look inside my notes, but I think it was in 2009. Let me pull up my time here. It's not in that document. Hold on one second. I think it's in this one. I think it was in 2009, if memory serves me correctly. No, it's not inside this document either. I know where I can find it. Hold on one second. I can find it on my YouTube. I forgot to promote this show too. But we got about 655 people, so that's good. Let me go and see something real quick. Okay, here it is, right? Wait, yeah, here it is right here. So 2005, Umar Johnson conceptualizes FDMG. 2006, Maurice J. Moore Academy opens. 2009, the building foundation failed. And then it closes the following year. So, I mean, even though they said that it closed because of poor academic scores, I'm sure that the foundation issue was considered too. And based on what I've seen, I have not seen any public record that shows that the foundation was repaired. However, I would have to assume that it was repaired because the new Moyer Academy opens in 2012 using the same buildings, unless they didn't use the area where the foundation had failed. So I just don't know. So the building foundation failed in 2009. There's all types of issues dealing with those abandoned buildings. In fact, the city, what was that organization that came in and did a study? The Environmental Protection Agency came in. It's a government agency. They came in and did a report. They did an analysis of that whole area. And what they suggested the city do with these buildings was to demolish them. That was in 2018, going to 2019. Umar purchased them in 2019. Okay? But that's what the plan was, to tear those buildings down. So ain't no telling what type of other stuff is going on inside those buildings. SOB says one glaring indicator that shows Umar has never been serious is this decentralized requisitioning of repairs. He could hire a single point of contact to handle the contractors to hire, but he does. Yeah. But the other thing is that Umar doesn't have the organization skills. Umar doesn't even have the ability to call someone to tell them to do something. For instance, oftentimes Umar, he'll ask his followers to do stuff for him that he can simply do for himself by going on Google. You guys know where any restaurants are in the area? You guys know where I can find this? I need you guys to send me, if you guys know of any schools, this type of thing. But he could do that himself simply by going on Google. So in addition to not having organization skills and don't know how to work with people, Umar, he just doesn't have, I don't know what it is. He doesn't have the get up and go to just do for self. What is this beeping? Hold on one second. See, I should have started this live stream earlier because it's my kids. Maybe it's the doorbell. Oh yeah. Hi. Hey, that's my son. Our doorbell, for whatever reason, just beeps. It doesn't sound like an old school doorbell that we used to use when we was growing up. But so what was I saying? Yeah, Umar, I don't know. It's something about him. He doesn't have the get up and go to get things done. It's really interesting. And I also see that in those earlier videos where he first started to come online. You start seeing videos of him appear on the internet. You see the same thing. You would think that someone who is supposed to be opening up a school, he's always talking about institution buildings, that he would have the ability to say, okay, I need to get this done. I need to get this done, and have a clear path to getting it done. He doesn't have any of that. I think it's a mental issue with this guy. You know, he's always talking about organizing, but he hasn't organized anything. The NIBPA, that's a figment of his imagination. There's no office hours. There's no phone number. There's no minutes to call, minutes that you can review. There's no hours of operation. There's no meeting date. That's just a figment of his imagination. He had other things that he was saying that he was going to do back in the day too. One time he said that he was going to have the first Pan African global conference of the 21st century. Never came into fruition. There's so many other things he said that even way back in the day before he started really talking about FDMG, where no, it's just stuff, his imagination, but he doesn't know how to go from point A to point B to point B to point C. Now, in the case of what you're saying, what he should have done from day one is just hired a general contractor and then work with the general contractor to where the general contractor uses their expertise to organize, and they put together a schedule of what needs to. First of all, you got to come up with an itemized list on what needs to be repaired, how long it's going to take to repair him, a cost, an estimate on how much it's going to cost. Umar hasn't even done that. And so general contractor, whatever needs to be done, they're going to organize it in a way to it's most efficient, to where you're not painting before you do the floors. You see what I'm saying? You're not painting before you fix the roof. You're not painting before you put tiles, ceiling tiles in. See? And there's all kinds of other stuff that needs to take place. But Umar doesn't, not only does he not have the ability to get himself from point A to point B on simple tasks, you know, like making a phone call or getting on Google Maps to find out where a restaurant is in his area. He can't even do that. But he doesn't have the ability to communicate with someone to where that person can work on his behalf, and they just simply update him onto a process. And part of that has to do with Umar wanting to feel like he has to be in control and he has power over everything. He doesn't want to hand any power over. And yet he's completely incompetent when it comes to getting things done, but he doesn't know how to delegate either. It's the megalomaniac. He's a megalomaniac. See, so it's a catch-22 with Umar. He wants to be Big Papa. He wants to be the HNIC. You know, he wants to be, the King Kong of everything. But at the end of the day, he's just like a little. I say this. I'm not being facetious here. He's a lost little boy. He don't even know what he's doing, how to get from point A to point B. And at this point, he's homeless and living from hotel to motel. Don't have his own home. Doesn't have his own car. Can't establish a long-standing relationship with the woman. He's begging for money consistently for a school that does not exist. Well, that's another glaring indicator dealing with Umar Johnson. Okay, and here we are now. 20 years into this. He conceptualized FDMG in 2005. He said before 2005. I'd say 2005. We're 20 years into this, and there's still no school. Okay, what more glaring indicator do you need than that? Okay, but no, you're right. He was never serious about opening up a school, and he was never serious about going through the proper channels to get the renovation work done properly. And so that's why this has been allowed to drag on this long. Yeah, he should have hired a single point of contact to handle the general contractor, but he doesn't. See? The other thing that once he starts working with professionals, now there's accountability that has to go into effect. So he can't just take money and say he's going to do this with the money and then not do it. If he says I'm going to pay you on Monday and it's just not this amount, he's going to have to pay that out. But what he's been doing is using Pookie and Ray Ray for the most part. He did hire some professional electricians at one point. Okay, thanks SOB for the super chat. Lewis Luck says, hold on one second. Let me track my daughter too real quick. I apologize, everybody. Okay. Lewis Luck says, that's the height of laziness to ask your fathers to do stuff for you. I can picture Umar on his couch and calling his kid into the room to pass him the remote on the table next to him. Hey, Lewis Luck, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be upstairs and I'll leave my phone downstairs or down on the first floor, right? And I don't feel like getting it. So I'll talk about my youngest son. I say, son, can you get my phone? Because he'll start running down the stairs. He'll jump off the steps. I can't do that anymore. But when you're young, that's what you do. And he'll get it and come back. Thank you, son. He'd be helping me. But that's a different situation. Okay. Umar is always asking people for things that he really should do for himself. He's extremely lazy. He's one of the laziest people that I've seen online, and to collect millions of dollars and to be that lazy, because you would think that if you have that amount of money coming in over the last decade, that you would be like, get up and go. You getting it done, right? But not Umar. There's a video, a more recent video, where he's just laying up in the bed, and people said he was acting all thirsty. I want to cover this one today. We might do another live stream later. It depends on how things go. But this video right here.
Come rub some cocoa butter on you, my sister. Are you curvied up?
See, Lewis, look, he lazy. This guy just live streams in the bed. I mean, who does that? You know what I'm saying? I can understand if you were sick or that type of thing, but no, this guy will live stream in bed and ask for money at the same time. Yeah, he has so many of them, he can't remember. Yeah, there are people who still believe in Umar. It's incredible. What's up, Jay Owens? Okay, let me get back to these super chats, and then we'll get back to the video. So I got SOB. Thank you so much. And then Lewis Suck, I got yours too. Yeah, Umar, he's one of the laziest people I've ever seen. It's incredible. He's still, even to this day. And the user says, "Now Umar will never be in the same room." Yeah, I know. I know that's right. That's probably a good thing. Yeah, but he is Lewis Luck. It's true. Umar, what he will do is he will always ask other people to do things that he really should do himself. And if he's supposed to be this great leader, he should be able to do certain things, just basic stuff. But he's not even able to do that. I have a video. See, that's why, in my opinion, that's why I think Umar's enmeshment with his mother is such a central part of his life, because he doesn't know how to take care of himself. And I do have the video. I found the video where he talks about his father sent him away out of all the kids. He's the only one that sent. His dad got like 11 kids, at least 11 kids. But he talked about how his daddy sent him away, and the reason why, because his daddy felt like he was too close to his mother, and that he was a mama's boy. And this is an older video. But then there's a more recent video where Umar is being interviewed, and he talks about when he finds a woman, he has to make sure that woman is going to be able to take care of his mama. See, that's enmeshment. That's what that is. But this also gets into the aspect of laziness. See, Umar's never been out in the world where he had to fend for himself. See, what people see in my more recent research, when I've gotten into Umar was sent away, and it was a boarding school. And it was in essence, it was a private boarding school, because only parents who were in the military could have their kids go there. So in that sense, Umar, he actually had a life of privilege, because not most people are going to be able to go off to boarding school unless, in this case, it was paid for. Okay, it wasn't like it was coming out his parents' pockets, but it's not like he was growing up in the hood having to deal with the streets like that. That's why I've always stated Umar's marshmallow. He ain't got no street in him, none. And I'm not from the streets. Okay, but I grew up around it and had relatives and had to deal with it. But Umar, he ain't got none. He's a marshmallow. That's what you call it. So his life of privilege. That's another reason why Umar thinks he's so much better than other black people, because he did have that level of privilege growing up. I'm not saying that his life was easy and that he didn't experience poverty or any of that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm saying. Or abandonment by his father. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that what has formulated in his mind conception is that he is better than black people. And that's another thing I've been tracking is examples of Umar disparaging black people over and over and over again in general, especially black parents. He talks very poorly about black parents. But see, the thing is that Umar has a sense of superiority over black people. What was I looking for? I was trying to find something. I can't remember what I was going to pull up. Oh, yeah, it was the mother. Let me see what was the earliest video. This was from this was from 2014 on the urban Fahrenheit radio. And in this video, he talks about getting his doctorate. He talks about his daughter, and he talks about his mother. And I got like 6 stars next to that one because that's a huge piece of this puzzle. But there's examples of this that I can pull up with Umar, that enmeshment with his mother, and it's been something that's binding him since a child. The reason I'm bringing this up, Little Stuck, is that also has filtered into him as how he is today, to where instead of being out there on the world trying to fend for himself and make his own way as a man, he's always falling back on his mother. And his dad noticed it early on, so he tried to ship him off to get him away from his mother and get him separate from his mother so that he can grow into a man. But Umar never grew into a man. He's still a little boy, little Jermaine. See? And to this day, Umar may say things like, I'm the primary caretaker, but really what it is, he's a dependent on his mother. That's just the way that in his own mind, he's able to rationalize the fact that he's almost 50 and he's still living under his mama's skirt. I shouldn't say it that way, that he's still holding on to his mama's skirt like a little boy. Okay. All right. Okay, I think I'm all caught up with the super chat. Thank y'all so much. Let's get back into the video. And actually, there's more. I think there's more, but let's get a little bit further into this video. Okay, I need to text my daughter too. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, if y'all don't mind, if you can hit the like button. Let's see, we have 673 people in the building. I appreciate it. Mixture Smocker says we have 186 likes. Yeah, if y'all can hit it, just click it real quick. It's all good. Steve Harvey don't know nothing about Umar except social media snips. Yeah, that's another reason why. I want to start again with this. That's part 2 of the shock community, but it'd be just be in segments, 25 minutes, 20-minute segments. I think now is a good time, especially getting into election season. See, I have videos where Umar's talking as if he is the president of Black America, and if you go way back in the day. He used to talk, you can tell he just had a serious hatred toward Barack Obama. What it really was he saw someone in a position that he wanted to aspire to, that level of power. Same thing with the UNIA. I found some stuff on that UNIA situation too. See, Umar, they were going to kick him out of UNIA, but he puts in his resignation letter in advance, but they were going to kick him out anyway. See, and I also found the video that they took down, but I do have it. The UNIA, this was like last year. The president, it's called something general. I can't remember. President General, something to that effect. They issued a letter out to all of the members. They sent it to the leaders of each. I don't know what they call that division. They sent out letters to everyone, and they were talking about how they did not want any division having Umar come to speak. Okay, and I have that. That'll be in the doc. Well, I shouldn't say it now. I'm not going to, because I haven't made the commitment quite yet. Hold on 1 second. Let me let this play.
I can't rub cocoa butter on you if you're not curvy, because that's going to be the same as washing the chalkboard. If you ain't got no curves and I rub cocoa butter, that's like washing the chalkboard. That's like painting the wall. Y'all can have them. Snow bunnies. You can have the low frequency, low vibration beta males in the Black community. Y'all can have them. Guess what the snow bunny going to do when she get tired of you? Oh yes, snow bunnies do not play. Snow bunnies come for everything. They want the house. They want the car. They want the retirement money. They want your old Air Jordans. They want your fake gold chains. Snow bunnies do not play.
Okay, I'm sorry, everybody. I had to answer my phone. Yeah, I don't even know what Umar talking about right there. So I was gonna make one other point, but let's get back to the video. Oh no, I was talking about the UNIA. They were gonna kick him out, but Umar puts in his resignation letter. But the letter that was issued more recent, this was last year. I have it. And I have the video where one of the UNIA divisions were talking about. They had a meeting. They were talking about dealing with Umar, and it's interesting because in the letter, the general, the main guy, the president of all of the organization, he was talking about how Umar needs to apologize. And see, what people don't realize is why. Why does Umar need to apologize? Well, because when he was in the UNIA back in the day, before he put in his resignation letter, he was seeking power and control. He was also seeking money. And what he was attempting to do was to get the elders out of the way so that he can take control of that particular division. And he created levels of dissension amongst the younger people inside of that particular division. And that's what the president was referring to. Because see, what Umar was doing was he was trying to turn the younger generation against the older generation, and he wants to kick the older generation out. But really what he wanted to do was put himself in position as the ultimate leader. And even then he was talking about a building fund, Umar, and he wanted to do some renovation work. Sound familiar? This was back in 2005. Well, the idea for Umar was that if I can get this renovation work done, then people are going to see me like I'm some sort of Marcus Garvey character. He wanted to be Marcus Garvey. He wanted to be Frederick Douglass. See? And they'll see me as this great leader because look what I've done. But that's no different than what he's doing now. It's just he never gets anything done. See, that's what they were referring to. See, Umar wanted that money. But see, he was creating so much dissension amongst the ranks that they were going to kick him out. And see, that's what Umar does. Wherever he goes, he creates problems. That's why he can't work in the Philadelphia school district anymore. Because that's exactly what he was doing while he was, for a short period of time, he was a school psychologist. Anyway, all right, let's get back to it. Here we go. Oh, not this one. This one right here.
Before every time you at the finish line, something doors we got it good. You know, they're secure. The five of us should not be competing with each other. The five of us should be collaborating with each other to build and invest together. Black men need each other because let's just be honest.
Yeah, but see, Umar doesn't have any money. He's homeless.
We are the #1 threat to the global white power structure.
That's him.
Not Al-Qaeda, right? Not Russia, not the Taliban. Black men have always been the threat. Always been the threat. So if we can just come together, stop fighting each other, and fight together with each other against our true enemies, we will be unstoppable. The African people are waiting for black men to collaborate. We got to get there.
Next question. What is the status of the school?
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey. What is the status of the school? Well, tomorrow morning, I got to meet with a door contractor. I want to get some new doors. The doors, we got it good.
So ridiculous. The doors, we got it good. What does that mean? If they're good, why do you need a door contractor? What is a door contractor? Look at Umar's body language. He's uncomfortable because he knows a bunch of bullshit. It is. He's lying. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
You know, they're secure, but they're old. And since the school is 15 years old, physically the school is 15 years old. We've had it for 5 of those 15. I want to give it a fresh look. So I want.
Yeah. What? And the irony, even though he's saying that it's 15 years old, he's not telling people that these buildings used to be part of a chemical manufacturing company. That's why there's no basements, because they had chemical storage, what do they call those? Storage tanks underground. See, he doesn't tell people about that. It's not like they built these from the ground up. If they built them up from the ground up, then why did the foundation fail in 2009? Think about it. See, there are already issues with these buildings associated with these buildings. That's why the EPA, they said tear them down. But see, Umar's not going to tell people that. He ain't going to tell people that.
Fresh doors. We got another paint job, another layer of paint. We got some floors to cover up. Once we cover up the floors, put that other layer of paint.
So it's a layer of paint. There's supposed to be another paint day coming up. Look at it.
It's time for inspection. We at the finish line.
Okay, that's a blatant lie. He knows that he's not going to pass inspection just by painting some walls, doing some floor. Part of what he's saying with the floors is getting some art designed on the floor. No, come on, cut it out. Another coat of paint. What about the ceiling tiles? What about the HVAC installation? Okay, there's an HVAC unit that was installed, but all that has to be inspected. You mean to tell me that after 15 years, we're going to expect that all the ductwork is in perfect condition, even though for 3.5 years, you had drug addicts rummaging and ravaging the interior, taking out copper wires and copper. You mean to tell me that all the ductwork is going to be intact? There's areas where he walks through where he's walking and you can hear the electricity buzzing. Bzzz. They're going to have to come in and inspect all the pipe work. They're going to have to come for all the piping for the gas. Where is that at anyway? Where's the furnace? It has to be on floor level because there are no basement areas. So what about that, Umar? All that has to be inspected. The roof is going to need to be inspected. He said on Father David when it was cool, he said that he needed a roofer ASAP. So if you need a roof for ASAP, that means that there's roof work that still needs to be done. You talk about it's going to pass inspection. What are you talking about? They got to make sure that what he calls a sprinkler system is in place and is properly functioning, even though he said they already did that. No. Umar knows that these buildings are not going to pass inspection. And guess what? He'll use it as the next excuse. Oh, it didn't pass inspection, but, you know, it was racism and they're just discriminating against me. No, you're incompetent and you want to keep this scam going, looking all up on here, looking bummy. I'm sorry. See, I'm so tempted to pull up the video where you guys see Umar when he was fit. He was a fit young man. This guy, look at now, he looked like, this guy looked like a pook. He looked like a pook. His daddy isn't better, but see, that's when that money started coming and he destroyed himself. I'm so tempted to pull. You guys are gonna be like, what happened? Look at this guy. Lewis says, is that date on his chest original? No, 1885, family. Something like that. I don't know. That's what FDMG opened. That's what FDMG opened, family, the first time. You see, Vince, you see what we got to deal with? Thanks, Lewis Luck. You see what we got to deal with in here? What's up, Chief User Logic? Yeah. That's Umar the Hut. Yeah, he just said doors. Say, Umar, what needs to be done next? Doors. Said what? What? Doors. Yeah, that is funny. What's up, Dominique? That's the homie right there. He was cracking up what was it, last week? All right, let me do this because I'm going to pull up this video, the young Umar, because y'all going to trip when you see it. Let me go ahead and let Jabba talk a little bit. Let me go find this video. I'll be right back. And my daughter on her way. I was all worried. Here we go.
To be applying for the inspection before each other against our true enemies, we would be unstoppable. African people are waiting for black men to collaborate.
Yeah, Lone Star. That's what he said. He said that, what was that, last year? I think it was, I want to say August of last year, something like that. Yeah, it is. We were saying this earlier. It's always, what's up, Tazzy Taz? It's always something. So Umar went back to the future to open. That's why it ain't open up in 2024, because it already closed back in 1920. Yeah, now I understand. Okay, y'all crazy. All right, here we go. Let me go find this video. I'm gonna let this play a little bit.
We got to get there.
Next question. What is the status of the school?
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey. What is the status of the school? Well, tomorrow morning I got to meet with a door contractor. I want to get some new doors. The doors we got are good. You know, they're secure.
What is a door contractor? What are you talking? If the doors are good and secured, why you need to get some more doors? Such a goofball.
But they're old. And since the school is 15 years old, physically the school is 15 years old. We've had it for 5 of those 15. I want to give it a fresh look. So I want fresh doors. We got another paint job, another layer of paint. We got some floors to cover up. Once we cover up the floors, put that other layer of paint, it's time for inspection. We at the finish line. So I hope to be applying for the inspection before summer ends. And some might say, why not next week? Something always comes up every time you at the finish line. Something always comes. Some little fix this, you know.
Why did he say next week? What are you talking about?
I might say, why not next week? Something always, some floors to cover up. Once we cover up the floors, put that other layer of paint, it's time for inspection. We at the finish.
This guy.
So
yeah. DD, that's what he said. Anybody want to go find out? Because I can't remember the exact. I can go find out what exact date. Let me do that real quick. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Because he said renovations were complete. All you got to do is type in, you can go over to King Kong Consciousness, but you can type in Umar Johnson, renovations complete, something like that. FDMG Academy process complete, all systems renovated. It's over a year ago. What am I talking about? August 12th. We were supposed to cover this last week, but I took the week off because I needed me some daddy time. Yeah, August 12th, 2023, Umar said that the school was renovated. Renovations were, that's a year ago. And now he's sitting up here now, Didi, talking about all this other, I don't even know what he's talking about. Just going on and on. There we go.
I hope to be applying for the inspection before summer ends. And some might say, why not next week? Something always comes up every time you're at the finish line. Something always comes. Some little fix this, you know. But we right there, you know. So my thing is, let's get the building permitted before the end of the summer so we can have a grand opening probably for Kwanzaa. But we're going to start educating the children next summer, though, because we need time to get ready. We can't do it that fast. For sure. But we right there. We dancing around the finish line. And, you know, people always ask me, so what's going to be the date? I can't give a date. I've had like 6 dates, and I violate every date. You know what I mean?
It's been 13.
One thing this has taught me, when you institution building, don't give out no dates till the institution done. The biggest mistake I made was I thought I could predict. Nah, wait till you completely done and then give out a date. But we right there at the finish line.
Yeah, but he's been saying that same line for like 4 years now, but he keeps giving dates. I can pull the video. I think it was with the good twin, bad twin. He did the same thing. I can't give a date, but then he gives a date. So I mean, he's lying, right? Yeah. They know he's lying, and we know he's lying too. That's what I was saying in the beginning of this live stream. Umar's a habitual liar. Never take anything he says at face value. No, Kamala Harris didn't offer him $10,000 for what? Big goofy, what are you doing? You ain't doing nothing but laying around like a Pootie Tang Mac. Look at this guy.
Massage my head, my cranium up here, because you know I'm a deep thinker. Sisters, you got to massage this head real good.
We might have to come back tonight and do that one. Y'all let me know what y'all want to do, okay? Because I want to stay focused, and we must stay focused. Yeah, they know he lying. All he do is lie. Thanks for exposing this clown and preventing a lot of people from getting scammed. Yeah, there's a lot of people that even if they still follow Umar and they support some of his message, because some of the stuff he say, I'm like, okay, that's cool, but most of the stuff is a bunch of bullshit. Okay, most of this, I mean, he don't do it as much now, but he used to talk crazy shit about the LGBTQ community. I mean, just like, what are you talking about? And unnecessary too. He just wants to target somebody. I don't get that. To each his own. But Umar, there's people that still follow him for different things that he says, okay, whatever, that's cool. But when it comes to this school scam, nah. See, and no matter what Umar does or says, this is always going to be, it's always going to be looming in the background. There's no way he's going to be able to get away from it. See, here's the thing, Endo, that if it wasn't a scam, what Umar would have done years ago, 5-6 years ago, he would have stopped. He would have said, I'm not collecting any more donations because this isn't going anywhere, and I shouldn't be collecting any money anymore because it's not going anywhere. It's wrong for me to do this. No, he's still asking for Cash Apps and PayPal and checks and money orders. And not one black boy has been educated. It's been 20 years and not one child has been educated. But see, if he was a man of integrity, he would have years ago said, no, you know what? This ain't working. But see, he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a career. He tricked his career off. See, he even said in this one video, one of his superiors were saying, Umar, why? Because he was telling the story. Why do you keep creating all these ripples? Umar's a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker in UNIA. He's a troublemaker up there when he had people up there at the trap situation. He's a troublemaker even after he purged these trap banners up. That's why a lot of people that used to support him ain't around anymore, because he's a troublemaker. He uses and abuses people. He always wants to get money. So unnecessary too. Well, guess what? When he was trying to get more money too, because he was double dipping. He says that he was doing these IEPs or these IEEs, but he was also doing these court cases where he was going against other school psychologists and what their assessments were of these children. But he was getting paid for that too. So he's double dipping. It was always about the money with this guy. And he was claiming to be a PhD at that time. He didn't even have a degree. He didn't have his doctorate until 2012. So his reputation precedes him. That's why he can't work in the Philadelphia school district. And the guy was explaining to Umar, well, if you would just be patient, you could be running this. Umar would have been a millionaire by now, just if he had just stuck with just doing the right thing. But see, he's criminal minded. He was a criminal minded when I think in my opinion, since he was a teenager. I think that's one of the reasons why Daddy shipped his ass off too. Didn't ship none of the other kids off. So you get your ass up out of here. Bye. With all my criticism of Jamal, I do believe that he knew that Umar was crooked and he was trying to get separation between Umar and the rest of the family. And he shipped him off. I have a sense that Umar was criminal minded then, and he's criminal minded now. And even when he was working as a school psychologist as a professional, he tricked off that career. He was criminal minded then too. See? The point that I'm getting at is that when it comes to this school scam, there's a lot of people. They know that Umar ain't right about this. They already know, so they don't support it anymore. Umar don't even like talking about it. He rarely talks about it. Endo, when's the last time you saw Umar up there doing renovation, quote unquote, renovation work? See, if you guys remember back and go back 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, he was up there all the time. Just all happy. Yeah. But not these days. He ain't showed the inside of that gym. It's been at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years. He ain't showed the other side of the street in 5 years. Outside these paint days, the last year, he might have been up there, what, maybe 4 or 5 times? See, so people, listen, if you guys just support Umar on his book writing, even though there's not peer reviewed, there's no source material, he's not sourcing any, that's just totally unprofessional. Okay, if you want to buy, that's fine. Don't go and waste your money on that bullshit. Okay, if you want to send Umar money because he was on the Breakfast Club and he gave a good speech, okay, go on ahead and do that. Okay, if you want to buy a FDMG pillow because he was selling pillows, if you go on ahead and do that. If you want Umar Johnson action figures, go on ahead and do that. There's all kind of crazy foolishness that he was trying to sell. That's your business. But when it comes to this school, it's a scam. That's the point that I'm making, Endo. And there's a lot of people that are waking up to that. See? And as time goes on, Umar, he wants to distance himself, like Jay Morrison. Jay Morrison don't really talk about Tulsa Real Estate Fund because he already knows it's been exposed for what it truly is. See? So he talks about less and less and less. He sells the black house. He ain't updating nothing. He ain't really updating the people anymore every once in a while, but not like he used to when he was dressed in suits, renting fancy cars, money all bling, bands and all this. He ain't doing none of that anymore. But that's Umar. Hi. That's Umar. He don't talk about this FDMG stuff anymore because more and more people are waking up to the fact that it's a scam. And good, because you guys, people save that money, put that money on your kids, put whatever, do something for yourself. If you a man, go buy your wife something, go buy her some flowers. I don't know. Don't trick it off on this clown because he's a scam artist. Okay. And thanks for the super chat. Someone's renovation have a 12-month guarantee. It's 12 months, man. Even though he had it done, his 12 months is up. So now he has to. Yeah, Umar, he did say typewriters. He said the kids need to have typewriters to type out their college letters or to get accepted into college. I kid you not. This guy. All right, now, before we get back to the video, do you all want to see what I mean when I talk about Umar, that he didn't start looking like Jabba the Hutt until that money started coming in, dealing with this school scam? Y'all want me to show it to you? Hit the one. Ain't nobody hit the one. Okay, never mind. Let's go back. Let's get back to it. Do you think that eventually the buildings will be condemned from up under him? Well, the thing, Aisha, is essentially they're already condemned. They're still on the vacant property list. They have not passed inspections. They're not suitable for humans to even be in there. And Umar knows that too. He knows that. So with regards to the functionality of these buildings, they're already condemned. Now, am I saying that the status is that they're condemned where the city comes through and says, okay, that's it? No, that's not what I'm saying. But see, it's like a It's a spectrum. So you have a residence, or you have buildings that are in great shape. They're occupied. You may have buildings that are in not so great shape, but they're occupied and they're occupiable. You also have buildings that are in great shape, but they're not occupied, or that they're not so great shape, but they're not occupied. Then there's buildings that are in really horrible shape, and no one should be staying in there, but there are people who may be still staying in there, but they really shouldn't be. You guys know what I'm talking about? Well, these buildings are on the vacant property list. So if things keep going like they're going, Aisha, at some point, they're going to get to the point they'll just basically be condemned, where the city says, no one can be up in here at any given time and nothing should be taking place. So, see, that's what I'm saying. If people look into the EPA report, they did an area-wide plan. They suggested that the city, and that's a government agency, they said, what our recommendation is that you tear those buildings down. So why would they do that if these were good buildings, or even decent buildings, or not so good buildings, but they were occupiable? That makes sense? No, they did that because for all intents and purposes, these buildings are, they're not habitable. And in that sense, if they're not habitable for 5.5 years, getting close to 6, we're going to get there. Well, that's just on the spectrum. That's just a few steps away from being condemned. See, I have a sense that that's another reason why Umar doesn't even, he doesn't even go up there like he used to, Aisha. He doesn't. Umar doesn't go up there nearly like he used to, because he already knows. He knows that it's already over. I did a video maybe a month ago, and I said the FDMG is over. It is. It's already over. And that's why when they brought it up, you should see Umar. You can tell he's deflated and defeated, and he don't want to talk about it, because he knows that they're not functional. He may say, yeah, we're going to put in a certificate of occupancy, but I guarantee you that and he knows that they're not going to pass inspection. Then he already has lined up the new excuse that it's racism. That's why they didn't pass these. But no, these are trap bandos. They're just a few steps away from being condemned. And so, last thing, Aisha, at some point, people will have to ask the question. Umar may have asked the question himself, but if you haven't, Umar, you need to ask yourself this question: how much longer can you go on with this foolishness before the city finally says, wait a minute, okay, this is 6 years now, this is 7 years, or 8 years, or 9 years now. We're going to have to condemn these buildings. There's no telling. We'll just have to wait and see. But in terms of functionality, they're already condemned. Even from the beginning, I was always amazed that Umar even had people up there. He had women walking through there, and there's no lights. They're walking through trash and ceiling caved in and all kind of exposed wires, and he had them walking through. That's a condemned building. All right. Okay, did I get to all the suits? Okay, I think, there's Indo says, thanks for, okay, I got that one. Okay, I just want to make sure I got to everybody. Is the day, okay, I got that one too. Okay, if I missed anyone, I apologize. Thanks for all the super chats too, everybody. Okay, I saw some ones. Okay, let me go ahead. How's it going? A shout out to the Bahamas. One time, Umar, I think he said that he opened up an NAACP chapter at his college when he was a graduate student. Yeah, that's what he said. I have the receipt on that. Okay, he probably lying though, but anyway. All right, let me show you guys what I mean when we talk about Umar. Now, this video appeared in 2011, but I have a sense that they actually recorded it because it's February of 2011. I have a sense that they recorded it before 2011. And one of the reasons why is because in this video, the header, or you can see down here, I'll show it. It says, Brother Umar, UNIA Philadelphia chapter. But by that time, he wasn't in the UNIA. Okay? He had already resigned in 2005. They were going to kick him out anyway. So this video, I believe that this video is a lot older than what it actually shows here, because that's the thing. If I do the documentary part 2, and I'll do it in segments, I'll have to let people know that that the dates that I say in the video is based upon the date that they appear online, and I'll go with that date unless I have evidence that proves conclusively that that date is inaccurate, that it occurred before the date that it appeared online. And there are videos where Umar it appeared online, let's say in 2015, but it was actually recorded in 2014 or 2013 and 2012 for that matter. Okay. How's it going, Victor? All right, so let me show this to y'all. This is from appeared online on YouTube on February 20th, 2011. Check this out. And don't worry, I have all the receipts. Here we go. Wait, did I do this right? Wait, I don't think I did this right. Hold on 1 second. Stop the screen share. And I have the air conditioner on. Let me know if quick question, if the air conditioner, if you can hear it, because if it's too loud, I can turn it off. Okay, here we go. Totally different person. Well, I won't say totally different. I think the mentality was there, but just his presentation style. It was before he just went. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. Watch this.
And I'm a member of the organization founded by the Right Excellent Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the Universal Negro Improvement Association. I belong to the Philadelphia division. By trade, I'm a school psychologist.
See, he's saying that he's a school psychologist. This video is before 2000. It has to be. And I can pull up my notes and corroborate this. This appeared in 2011, but in my timeline that I've been compiling, going back through his old videos and listening to what he says, he said he served as a certified school psychologist in 2008. He was a principal of a public school in 2014. So 2008 and then 2007, Umar, he misrepresented himself to 2007. Okay, and then he worked at Comparative Charter School 2004. Yeah, see, I think this video is from 2004, 2005, maybe 2006. That's what I think. Okay, based on the notes that I have here. Here we go.
The Umar Abdullah Johnson, and I'm a member of the organization founded by the Right Excellent Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the Universal Negro Improvement Association. I belong to the Philadelphia division. By trade, I'm a school psychologist. And in the city of Philadelphia, I'm the youngest of only 4 black male school psychologists. Although,
yeah, see, this has to be 2004. Okay, this is the video didn't appear too much later.
Philadelphia is the 5th largest school district in the city, in America, I'm sorry. I actually happen to be a relative of that man.
See, he even said, I'm sorry. You know, this is a long time ago. This is before the megalomania, the narcissistic personality. Again, I still think he was criminal minded because he was still causing problems back then. But he had himself together more. He addressed he addressed relatively. I mean, look at him now. Look.
Doors and floor.
Look at him now.
My lower back, my lower back, and you got to do my feet, ladies. Now I got ugly feet. I'm just gonna tell you.
See what I mean? I apologize with this lighting, everybody, but this is so. This is just it's actually sad. Now I'm looking at it.
And hanging on the wall, Frederick Douglass, who's.
Hold on, brother Jose. Los colores, primavera, oh colores. That's only brother Jose only know. Me and brother Jose, only people who know that song. All right, here we go.
Happened to be a relative of that man, hanging on the wall, Frederick Douglass, whose real name was Frederick Bailey, but he changed it to Douglass when he escaped to slavery, which is my family's name. He's actually a blood cousin. But I just want to give you some information that I hope can help you.
Notice he says cousin. See, back then he would say cousin, okay, even though that's not true either. He's not a descendant. But later on, all that goes through his head. He started talking about how now he's a descendant.
As you help children and families and parents in your communities and in your neighborhoods. School psychology, exactly what is that? The reason you probably don't know is because it was never intended for you to know. School psychologists are the psychologists who are responsible for evaluating children and determining whether or not they have educational disabilities.
He got pens in his pocket. See, he was like the nerd type. All this other stuff, this King Kong consciousness and Big Papa, that comes later. After, see, when that Hidden Colors thing kicked off, all that went straight to his head. I have a video where he takes a shot at Tariq Nasheed. And this is before the Hidden Colors 3 came out. And I think he was in 3 or was 2 and he's in 2. Before it comes out, because they were asking, when does it come out? And Umar takes a shot even then. I didn't know it goes back that far. I can tell you all the date right now. Hold on one second. This was a video from 2014. And I'm paraphrasing, but Tariq Nasheed, he better donate. But what he was saying was because he's alluding to this notion that because he was in that film 2014 that was coming out in 2014, and that he was blowing up the Hidden Colors because he was the main headliner, that Tariq better donate. I better get a donation. He said something like that. I should play it for you. He said, I better get a donation from. I said, oh man, he was taking shots back in 2014. Oh, these are my notes right here. I apologize. Hold on one second.
Any child who's ever been diagnosed as retarded, learning disabled.
The other thing I noticed in a lot of these older videos, he kept using the term retarded over and over again, talking about these children. And sometimes he'll say things like, you know, they may be a little retarded. And I said, man.
Emotionally disturbed, autistic, as having a traumatic brain injury, or, in a positive note, those who are ever diagnosed as mentally gifted only get that diagnosis from one of us, a school psychologist. Why is this such a problem with black children, and why are so many black children over-identified and misrepresented in special education classes?
I hear him say it still.
It's because only 1% of all school psychologists in America are black. 99% of them are white. As with your teachers, only 7% are African American, but only 1% of your school psychologists. Now, right from the back, I want to deal with the drugs, because I think a lot of parents still don't understand exactly what Ritalin is and what Adderall is.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture with Umar looking like Mike Tyson, a young Mike Tyson, then yeah, I'll do it, okay? But you got to send it to me now. All right, let's get back to it. See, again, I've been compiling all these older receipts on Umar because I'm thinking about pushing forward, and it's just so much time that goes into it. And I've learned so much dealing with Umar just over the last week and a half that really puts a lot of the pieces together that I just, you know, now they fit perfectly, including timeline. I actually think this video is from 2004. It just didn't appear until 2011 because he looks a lot younger. He's a lot slimmer, and he's saying that he was in the UNIA. He put in his resignation letter in 2005. So assuming that he's not lying there, because he could be lying, he could have already been out of the UNIA, or they kicked him out by this time, but he's just saying that he's still in it. That's what Umar, he does that. But my best guess is that this video is from 2004, maybe 2005. All right. Let me just pull up one more receipt. This is from 2014, I believe. Yeah, 2014. So St. Paul's. This is in and around the time where he starts going after the St. Paul's school scam. And I want to play this so you guys can hear what he says about Tariq Nasheed. It just goes to show you he's been taking shots at Tariq Nasheed for a very long time. He also mentions the conscious stripper in this particular video. I've actually been doing some research on that too. Okay, 7 minute and 10 second mark. Check this out. All right, here we go.
Like
I will, once my lawyer get done the paperwork, but first we're trying to wait to see what the school said.
Like crowdfunding sites?
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Okay.
It's the only.
By the way, notice this. There's a video where Umar is talking. It's the video where it's called the War on Black Boys, where he's talking about how it was lazy Negroes that didn't want to go to the store to get a stamp. No, that was in the PayPal video, but there's another video that I'm talking about where he has on that looked like Big Bird, a orange jumpsuit, dashiki looking thing. And he's talking about how he didn't want to use crowdfunding. He didn't want to do it online, but because black people were too lazy to send in their checks and money orders, that he finally went ahead and put together the crowdfunding. That was the GoFundMe. But no, that's not true. He lied about that. And this video right here, it explains that. Okay, let me go back just a little bit. Watch this. And this isn't the only one. There's another video where he explains how he was the one that decided to do that. It wasn't that he was pressured to do it. See, he decided to do that. Check this out. Yeah, there's a lot that again, yeah, he really has, Will. It's just sad. But that's why I said in the first documentary, what's up, 100% Real Man? I said in the first documentary that he's a cautionary tale about, going the wrong way in life. And it's the money, it's the greed, You know, it's the addiction, this turning of the heat down. It's addiction to food. It's addiction to sex, in my opinion. All this stuff, it just totally moves him in a whole different direction. It's not that he didn't have issues back then from these earlier videos. It's just that it got worse. And what ends up happening as money started to come in for this St. Paul school scam in particular, it actually enabled Umar to continue to self-destruct. And then what is the word? The best word there's another word, but I can't think of it. It's exponentially. But it's like when the more money that came in, his degradation and him losing his way multiplied. See, if the money wasn't there, there would have probably, the trajectory would have probably been a lot slower. But with him, it's just been, but that's because of the money that came in, you know, that allowed him, you know, the money and the finances to indulge in things that if he didn't have the money, he wouldn't have been indulged in. Okay, he probably indulged in it a bit, but I'm talking about where it really comes in, everything goes over the top. All right, let me play this, just a little bit of this. Check this out.
Technology, I'm relying on people to help me in those areas. But to give you the general, all of our children will graduate knowing how to build a website. They will all graduate knowing how to produce a documentary. Those two things they will be able to do. We're going to have a state-of-the-art recording studio on campus. So they will also be master music engineers too. So that's the goal. And then I turn it over to the team to create it. Now, if you're interested in being a part of that team that builds that curriculum, send me your resume. Only people for whom I have resumes will be invited to the curriculum committee. You will, because that will not be a public thing. That will be inside only. The intent is to give people who might actually be working at the school an opportunity to have their hands on the final blueprint that the kids are going to be taught. Gotcha. Nothing worse than seeing a bunch of teachers take a curriculum that they had nothing to do with and have to implement it when it doesn't even make sense to them. Gotcha. So I don't want that. I want them to have a hand in it.
Now, are you allowed to do any public fundraising for the school? Like
I will once my lawyer get done the paperwork. But first, we try.
See this? No one's telling him. He's saying that he will. He said the lawyer is what?
Wait to see what the school said.
Like crowdfunding sites?
That's exactly what we're going to do. Okay. It's the only way to do it. Ain't no other way I'm going to get that money that fast.
Okay.
See? Got him. See, he made it seem like black people were pressuring him to go online and start getting money. You guys remember this? Hit the one. This video appeared, Brother Jose, in 2014, if memory serves me correctly. Hold on, let me look at my notes. Yeah, 2014. This is April. This is right when he starts. He said he collected his first. There's times on record where he says he collected his first donation in St. Louis in April for St. Paul's in April of 2014. But there's also times where he says May of 2014. Okay, but this right here is from April 23rd. That's when it appeared online. So we can safely say that he was already collecting money. Matter of fact, in my notes, I can look right here. Yeah, because he's mentioned in the curriculum, but he mentions the curriculum in earlier videos too, before 2014. But the point is that this video comes out in 2014. This is in and around the time where he starts collecting, doing the crowdfunding for the St. Paul's. But you notice it's not that people forced him to do it like he was trying to make it appear. He was saying lazy Negroes. I had to get to PayPal because the lazy Negroes, they didn't want to go and get a stamp. But then in the other video I was referencing, the War on Black Boys, he talks about how he didn't want to do GoFundMe or the other one. I can't remember what the other one was called. But because black people, they kept, like they were pressuring him. He didn't want to do it. No, you see clearly right here, he already had it in his mind that he was going to do it. See, trying to tell y'all, this guy, he's such a scammer and a liar. And see, the thing is that some people may say, well, it's not that big of a deal. Okay.
I'm going to crowdfund.
Listen, a lie is a lie and a liar is a liar. You see, and it's not just one lie that he tells. This guy has told thousands of lies, and this is just one of them. There's thousands of lies dealing with the school and different other things. He says he's going to open up this, he's going to do this and do that. This is all just, he's a habitual liar, you see. You put it all together, you realize he's nothing more than a charlatan. He'll say anything to get money out of people. Power, sex, money, food. Turn the heat down. Okay?
So, and I ain't never asked people for money before.
Right.
And I feel a little uncomfortable because, you know, I grew up seeing a lot of race pimps, pimp the crowd. So I'm a little anxious, but I ain't got no choice. I got to raise the money.
Gotcha.
So bullying people to write checks is going to be a new thing, but I think I can do it. My brother.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing, bullying people to write them checks. Money orders, get on your raw cash and PayPal, and get on your, what was the other one? CashApp. Yeah, well, cookies, that's for sex, though. Okay. All right. Let me play one other segment from this particular video that when I heard it, my jaw dropped. I said, this guy don't know. He don't know what he's doing. He also, he takes shots in this video at other black people, too. He brings up Polite. He brings up Dr. Sabi. Let me just pull. Oh, did I do the one for the Tariq? I didn't do the one for Tariq. Hold on. Here it is right here. Hold on one second. I think they asked him the question about hidden colors.
Say again. Coming out in June.
Okay, he's talking about hidden colors. It's coming out in June.
He better write a check too. Because I help sell a lot of hidden colors DVDs. I know I'm getting a check from him.
Told y'all. Excuse the lighting. This guy, Umar, is something else. Is that better?
But we gonna have it.
Let me run that back. Because he asked him about hidden colors.
Anxious, but I ain't got no choice. I got to raise the money. So bullying people to write checks is going to be a new thing, but I think I can do it. My brother. Say again. Coming out in June. He better write a check too. Because I help sell a lot of hidden colors DVDs. I know I'm getting a check from him, but we're going to have an issue. Next hand. My brother.
This guy, this was in 2014. He was taking shots at Tariq. He said he better give me my money. Let me just look through my notes on this one. In Philly. He also said he was going to do a virtual school. He said he founded a new NAACP college chapter at Lancaster, Pennsylvania, when he was a grad student at Millersville University. He may have. Again, he left the UNIA in 2005. That's why the other video, I think it has to be 2004. It could be 2003 that we watched. He's slim. You know, he's well manicured. He said he wanted to build a Pan African school district. He says he's going to have a school in London, Canada, Nigeria, and the Virgin Islands. They asked if he had a timeline. He said no. Yeah, this is the one where he says his biggest fear. Let me play that, then we're going to get back to the video that we close out. We may come back a little bit later and we'll do that video where he's laying in the bed talking all like he's so thirsty. He did bring up a stripper scandal on this one, but let me go play. Let me see. What is this? This is at the 29-minute mark. I'll play that and then we'll be done with this video. I don't mean to get sidetracked, but I've been, like I said, I've been doing a deeper levels of research into Umar, going back to a lot of the older videos, and I'm going step by step by year. And there's a lot that it's allowing me to put together a better timeline when it comes to when he was employed, when he was in the UNIA, when he was in college, when he first started talking about FDMG, when he first started collecting money with FDMG, changes in terms of curriculum that he's had. I need to go put these beans back on again. What did I say? 7 minute and 29 minutes. Okay, hold on one second. I'll start it right here. Here we go.
Right next to Brazil, pretty stable, you know, right next to Venezuela, Brazil. But I know a lot of parents will be afraid. Same thing with Africa. We say you should put the first school in Africa. I would love to. But most black parents.
He probably needs a sander and 10 snips to fix it. Yeah, like in Martin. Y'all remember that Martin episode? That was one of my favorite episodes where that lady went in. Shanae had a beauty salon. And they used to do manicures and pedicures and do their nails and feet and stuff. And for whatever reason, Gina had to work for her. I can't remember if Pam, I think it was only Gina had to work for her for some reason. But she went into work and there's a lady that came in and her feet were real bad. so Shanae had Gina start, but Gina didn't know what she was doing. So they came and she put on some, it was crazy. It had this song on her feet. That was one of the funniest episodes. That just goes to show you how old I am. A lot of you probably like, what are you talking about? I think so. Select. Anybody remember that episode? Hit the one. Okay. Yeah. 8 said 10 steps. A foot sander. I got the video where Umar was talking about his feet, and how he need a queen to fix his feet. Anyway, here we go. Thanks, Lewis Luck, for the super chat. Thanks, Indo, as well. Everyone else, I appreciate it. Here we go. Okay, all right. Y'all remember that episode. I'm feeling old. Younger people are like, what? What are you talking about? I hope you all enjoying the show. If you guys can hit the like button, I would really appreciate that. Okay, we got about 700 people in the building. Here we go.
Parents ain't gonna send their kids to Africa.
What's up, D.S.O.?
People, eating people and stuff like that. So I gotta do the first one here.
He said he don't want the kids that parents don't want to send their kids to Africa at his school in Africa because they think that the Africans be eating people and shit. Who are you? He's so behind.
Kids to Africa because they think people, eating people and stuff like that. So I got to do the first one here. You know what my biggest fear is? My biggest fear is when we go to Ghana for this trip, that I'm going to get offered a government position in one of the African countries. I feel it. I feel within the next year or two, an African country is going to contact me and say, we want you to come here with official government status and build the educational system, rebuild it, or build the mental health system. I can feel it. And I don't want to be faced with that question. You know why? Because I'm not going to accept it because I got a loyalty to the kids here. I can't leave until I've done something here first. You know what I mean? But they're going to ask me. I know they're going to ask me. It's coming. But I ain't going to be able to do it until I get this school up. I really can't see me leaving America yet as bad as I want to, because I don't see nobody else who will pick up that slack. When they come to this whole special ed and this education thing, who else is picking up the slack? If there was a couple more, then I would leave. I ain't going to lie. I'm out. But I don't see nobody, so I got to hang around. It's my responsibility. then I'm going to get offered a government position with one of the African. So I got to do the first one here. You know what my biggest fear is? My biggest fear is when we go to Ghana for this trip, then I'm going to get offered a government position with one of the African countries. I feel it. I feel within the next year or two, an African country is going to contact me and say, we want you to come here with official government status and build the educational system, rebuild it, or build the mental health system. I can feel it. And I don't want to be faced with that question. You know why? Because I'm not going to accept it because I got a loyalty to the kids here. I can't leave.
All right. I was saying this to Lulu. I apologize, people. My sound went out. My battery ran out. Can you all hear me now? What is your email so that I can see the picture? Also, he did help charter the Millersville chapter of NAACP in November of 1999. I can send you that. Yeah, Dr. Rama, whatever you can send me, go ahead and send it to me, okay? So yeah, I did. I heard where he said that. I think it's in this video, and I put it in my notes, but I didn't know whether or not it was true. Okay, so if anytime I can verify stuff and it's true, then I will come back and correct myself. If, for instance, if I was incorrect, but whatever you can send me, I appreciate it. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me now. Can you hear me now? It's still saying sound is okay. It's back now. Okay. Yeah, I apologize for that, everybody. Okay. Where were we? So let's move on. I mean, there's so many other videos. Again, what I've been doing lately is I've been reviewing older videos. I'm going year by year. I'm reviewing older videos of Umar Johnson, and I'm archiving them and putting them in my notes in such a way to where I can find stuff. My memory works too, where I can draw correlations. He said that in this other video. Let me go find it. But this is all in preparation for doing another documentary on Umar. I wouldn't release it all at once because it would probably be 3, 4, maybe 5 hours altogether. But if I did them in maybe 30-minute segments, 25-minute segments, and just do it over time, I think that'd be a more efficient way of doing it. And then maybe after it's all done, release it as a finalized project with a soundtrack and music and all that stuff too. But anyway, just so that people don't think I'm my hard drive is connected to my external USB drive. Just so that people don't think I'm bullshitting, I can pull this up and show this to y'all. And I haven't worked in the actual software for a couple of days now, but I at least started. And I'm starting with in a particular area of the timeline, because there'll be different timelines, and ultimately I'll put them all together. We'll go all the way back to his childhood, work through him getting into college, and then ultimately getting into the UNIA. I have old pictures of the UNIA from back in the day, and it corroborates his story where he said his mom used to buy shoes, and he gives the name of the shoe shop. Yeah, that shoe shop did exist at that time. And I'll bring it all the way up to 2005, where he says that's when he conceptualized FDMG. We'll tell the story. I have him tell the story about Lauryn Hill, but gets all the way to 2014, in and around the time where he starts to mention St. Paul's, and then we'll bring it all the way up to 2019 when he acquired these trap bandos in Wilmington, Delaware. Anyway, this is the timeline that I've put together so far, and it would be called. Oh, hold on one second. I apologize. It would be called something to the effect of Umar Johnson, 20 Years of Scam, The Troubled History of FDMG, or with something to that effect, the troubled history of something. But here's the software that I'm running right now, just so people don't think I'm just making this up. And this time, I think it starts, this is dealing with St. Paul's. And then I give a complete timeline going into his resignation letter. But again, this video right here has to be the video that we played earlier. It has to be earlier. I showed a picture of, this video right here. This is when he's telling the story of how he joined the UNIA. And these are just notes that I added in here. Again, this is Umar when he used to present himself as a school psychologist. So you have pens, the pen protector. This is 2010. And going straight through. By this point, we're in 2014. This is when he's promoting St. Paul's. This is 2014 as well, complaining about the money that he's received. And it goes on and on and on. Anyway, I'm working through this now. I've got like probably maybe 40 minutes of clips so far, input it, but there's so much more to do. And what I plan on doing is just trimming things down and try to get into 20, 30-minute segments at a time. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Again, I haven't made a commitment yet, but I am putting the pieces together and doing the research needed in order to put another documentary together. But don't hold me to it, okay? Because it's just a lot of work. You know, when I say a lot, it's a whole lot of work. Okay, where were we? Let's go back to this video right here. Here we go.
Those walls and doors, and we done. It's taught me when you institution building, don't give out no dates till the institution done. The biggest mistake I made was I thought I could predict. Nah, wait till you completely done and then give out a date. But we right there at the finish line. Floors and doors, and floors, walls, and doors, and we done.
Before you move on.
Floor, walls, and doors. Did I get my email? LenonHonor@yahoo.com, Dr. Ramu Ifatude. There you go.
From the school quickly, what's going to be your role? Because I know that you're all over the world. You're speaking to many people.
I'm going to be the principal.
Okay, so you're actually going to be there? I won't
be able to travel as much. Yeah, I'm physically there.
This is crazy. I have this one video where he says, yeah, I'm going to be working at my school, but I got to find the time to do it while I'm traveling all over the place. Everyone starts laughing in the audience.
Got you.
Because you got to remember, we're going to be tuition based.
Yeah.
You know, and so when people send their children to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, they assuming that they're going to get to experience Dr. Umar in the flesh.
Yeah.
So if I'm not there, number one, that's dangerous because I'm not sure my teachers are teaching. You follow me?
Yep.
And number two, they don't really get the Ifa Tunde experience, right? So
Wow.
I'm going to be the principal, and I'm also going to be the history teacher.
And is that going to be your plan for like a long time, or are you going to kind of do that? And
as
then
schools come,
Yeah.
as we get more schools, I'm going to have to fall back, and I'm going to be more of a superintendent
Got you.
than the principal. You follow? But I still plan to be the history teacher, even if I have to do so virtually.
How about psychology?
So now he's going to be a superintendent. Wow. See, but this fits into what he was saying earlier on, where he was saying he wanted a school district. So he becomes a superintendent of the school district, and he has all these different FDMG satellite sites, and he heads all of them. Well, Umar, he's something else, ain't he? With a Tunde experience. Yeah, I know his biggest mistake isn't giving a date. It's all the other stuff he does that hinders him from making the date happen. Yeah, including being so preoccupied with crushing cookies and chasing strippers. And that's going to be in the what you call it too. I've never really addressed that, but with Kim Ringgold, what they called her the conscious stripper. Him talking about how he's going to be traveling and doing this and opening up a school in Africa. He said that someone in Los Angeles donated land to him to open up a school. Well, where's the school at? He said that someone over in Ghana donated. I have all the receipts. Okay, there's someone in Ghana donated all this land for him. Where's the school in Ghana at there? Okay? But in his mind, again, this is what was the term we said? Delulu. You're just Delulu. He's a superintendent and the CEO. Yeah, I know. Yeah. He's a history teacher. He's the principal. He's probably going to be the school psychologist too, and the superintendent. Yeah, I know. He's just head movers. He's Delulu. All right, here we go.
Would you be involved in that as well? Because I know.
Well, I probably will be the school psychologist as well, although we will not have a bona fide special.
Didn't I just say that? I ain't watched this video yet. Didn't I just say that? I don't mean to be like that, but I just told y'all. He gonna be the principal. He gonna be the history teacher. He gonna be the superintendent, and he gonna be the school psychologist. What else? He gonna be overseeing the funds. He's the hall monitor. He's a bus driver. What else? Go ahead. What else? He sure will be scared of poor kids. He's abusive. So, poor kids. What we learned in this class, principal, 2-day fall. So, okay. He said, yeah, but what are we gonna learn? Oh, okay. Well, wow, boy, them poor kids. They just gonna teach the kids how to say it, if we're good at that. If you say it the right way, you get an A. Right? But you gotta practice. Yeah, them kids gonna be paying. Their parents gonna pay $500 so that they can learn how to say full. He said it's tuition. He said it's $500 a month. By the way, he gonna be a gym teacher. Yeah, he's not. He's not. He hasn't been for over a decade. It's crazy. He's gonna be the last lady. You know he gonna be eating all the food. What can I get for you? What can I get for you, darling? All right, little John Johns. What can I get for you, son? He's the lunch man. Yeah, he won't be the crossing guard too. Yep. I should show you the original designs for this school. Oh my God, you guys don't want to see that. I should show you because it's. Well, I'm saying too much. If I do this document, I'm gonna put that in there for sure. Boy, it looks. Boy, I can't believe it. Anyway. Umar, he's a lazy llama bean. That's what he is. He's just lazy. Umar gonna be the mascot. He's gonna be the bartender at the vegan sports bar. Sponsored by Hoots. All right, let me get up on this chat room. Everyone keeps saying crossing guard. He gonna teach the kids volley. All right. Well, yo, wow. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we talked about that a while ago. I should play the part Techie Demigod where the guy says, ask you about the IT. You can tell Umar didn't even know what he was talking about. As a matter of fact, I gotta play that for you. Hold on one second. Let me find it real quick. I just had it pulled up. Oh wow. I gotta play that part for you because that to me was like when I saw that my jaw dropped. I said, "This guy, there's no way this school ain't opening." Hold on one second. Everybody said he gonna be the cross guard. He gonna be standing out there in the cold. He don't like the cold too. All right. All right, let me just play this real quick. Then we get back to the video. Let me do a screen share. And then let me see what section it is. It's at 520 and then 26. Okay. Okay, a documentary. You see what I'm saying? Oh, recording studio. See what I'm saying? He don't even know. That's all anyone needs to know about this guy. IT infrastructure is hundreds of thousands of dollars. No sound? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try this again. All right, here we go. Yeah, can y'all?
About your curriculum.
Yeah, can you hear it now?
As far as information technology, would you have any curriculum on that?
Oh, no doubt.
What kind?
No doubt.
Specific on that.
Well,
Yeah, can y'all hear this now? Okay, you can hear now? Okay, so the guy asked him about information technology, IT. This is what Umar says.
number one, since I'm not a master of information technology, I'm relying on people to help me in those areas. But to give you the general, all of our children will graduate knowing how to build a website. They will all graduate knowing how to produce a documentary. Those two things they will be able to do. We're going to have a state-of-the-art recording studio on campus. So they will also be master music engineers too.
Yeah, he don't.
So
See, he don't say anything about a network. He doesn't say anything about VPN if necessary, access points. He doesn't say anything about a server, data server. He doesn't say anything about anything. Okay, he did say websites, and I get that. Okay, I understand that, but it just goes to show you he doesn't even understand what IT really represents. Okay, he's talking about music. Okay, well, that would be in the art department, sir. He's talking about someone that music studio. He's talking about teaching them how to be sound engineers or engineers, sound engineer. Okay, that would be in the arts department. He brings up a documentary. Okay, he has, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has no clue. And understand this too, by the way, that there is, as of right now, outside of the Wi-Fi that he claims that he has set up, and it's just like a standard Wi-Fi that you would have at your home, the bandwidth is limited. There's no way. There is no IT infrastructure. So all that has to be built from the ground up. And the stuff that's left over in there are some Ethernet, probably Cat 4. Let me stop playing. I'll say Cat 6. There are Ethernet cables, but all of that's going to have to be totally redone. And there is a server rack. Okay, whatever technology is still inside of that server rack, it's outdated by now because that was from the Umar Academy. Okay, that's like what, 9 years old. And IT, that's like a dinosaur. I've had my phone for like, I don't know, 4 years, and it's a dinosaur. I need to get a new one, but I just don't want to do it. But you see, he has no clue. And the amount of money that it's going to cost just to buy the equipment, let alone actually have it all installed. That also, the IT will also include tablets for the kids. You know, like notebooks, not like old school, like our notebooks from back in the day, but laptops, that kind of thing. That's what all the kids these days, they don't even have books. So all that has to be part of it too. He's going to have hardwired too. There's going to have to be data encryption. Okay, who's going to do all that? See, not one time have I heard, he'll say we're going to be teaching this, we're going to be teaching that, but I've never heard him say we're going to have an IT specialist and this is going to be an official position. Who's going to be handling all that? Umar? Who's going to set up the email accounts and then give proper access? What kind of network is it going to be, Umar? Well, Umar probably don't even know what that means. What kind of network are we talking here? Local area network, what? He has no clue. He doesn't even know how to answer the question because it's so far beyond what he even understands. And that's what I'm saying. The amount of money that's going to go into just getting an IT infrastructure put in place. And then you're going to have someone on staff every single day that's going to be able to be there to manage it. That's a position. And there's always stuff that happens in IT that you got to fix. So there's always something. It could be something minor. It could be something major. Okay, how much is that really going to cost? Umar has hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get a proper IT infrastructure in place. All the teachers going to have access. They're going to have to be hardwired there too. It can't just be access points. You're going to have some Ethernet ports somewhere installed somewhere. But he ain't even thinking about any of that. He think everything's going to be Wi-Fi. Anyway. The point is that Umar has no idea. And it just goes to show the levels of incompetency. He doesn't know. And here we are now in 2024, and he still doesn't know. He still don't know. I told people a long time ago that Umar, when it comes to technology, he's like a dinosaur. Okay. He has no clue. Only thing he knows how to do is use a phone to get on to live stream. But outside of that, he has no clue. Yeah, repair work. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff that come up with IT. It's crazy. Yeah, $500 a month, and it's not accredited. Yeah, a state-of-the-art, and he said he wanted a state-of-the-art music studio. Well, that's $1 million if it's going to be state-of-the-art. It's $1 million. That means everything is studio quality, professional, that you would see if people were recording, let's say, Beyonce. If it's state-of-the-art, it's crazy. You wouldn't even, no one in their, then we're going to get back to it. No one in their right mind would even think to put in a professional recording studio inside of these trap bandos in Wilmington, Delaware in that era, because listen, that's, I don't mean to say it that way, but if you want to get killed on some bullshit, go on and put a state-of-the-art music studio up in there, and then once everyone in that area finds out about it, you see what's going to happen. I don't mean to say it that way, but that's real. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize, but it's the truth. It's the truth. He ain't got no clue. Yeah, I know with inflation. Yeah, it wouldn't even be worth the money. It wouldn't even be worth the money. From a security aspect, we're talking patch management, ENT, servers, and backups, etc. All cost. It costs a lot of money. See, it's not just the hardware. You know, it's everything else that goes into it too. You know, the installation, okay, the security aspect of it. I don't even. Umar has no idea. Security protocols have to be put in place. Who's going to develop all that? I mean, all that has to also be documented too. That's a huge thing we have to study about the documentation process, the protocols that people go through if there's a malware. Okay, Umar probably doesn't know what that is. It's crazy. He has no idea. And this also speaks to the importance of having a team. Umar, he's a one-man show. And when people have tried to help him out, he's dismissed him because he just wants money. When Lord Jamar tried to get him in contact with his father-in-law, who's opened up schools. See, I'm sure his father-in-law knows about IT infrastructure. It doesn't mean that you have to master it, or that you have to have a degree, and whoever masters it, but that you, or even that you have to have a degree. But you have to have some basic knowledge so that you can draw upon other people who have that expertise and get what you need in order to get that infrastructure up and running, and then maintain it. That's the other thing, you got to maintain it. But Umar, because he's a one-man show, he can't even see beyond just himself. And so when someone asks him a question about IT, he doesn't really have a legitimate answer. He's talking about doing documentaries. Anyway. And what's up, Dion? Thanks for super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, they're data breaches. See? Yeah. Shout out to Dion too, by the way. Umar, IT doesn't stand for yeah, I know. That's what he thinks. Can y'all hear me, or is this from earlier? Oh no, it should still be playing. Maybe that's from earlier. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to it. So thanks, Dion, for super chat. Lewis says, I got that one too. Thank you so much. He'll be the first principal with an alligator around his neck. Yeah, Umar had a little baby alligator necklace. It had a baby alligator head on it. I was like, man, why in the world? The thing is that even the idea of Umar being the head of a school is just so outrageous. He's thoroughly incompetent. And anyone who believes at this point that he's going to open a school, they're delusional. They're delulu. But Umar, I think there's a part of him that still thinks that he can make it happen in his delulu land. But then there's a part of him that knows that it's not going to happen. But he still runs with it. Why does he run with the Lewis luck? Because this is Umar's primary source of income. And he don't have a job. He tricked off his career. See, let me tell y'all something. If Umar had just stuck to being a school psychologist and just wrote books and did it legitimately, where he peer reviewed and he had source material, and as a researcher he had source material in there, he'd be a millionaire by now. And he lived below his means, and not traveling all over the place. That's expensive. And eating out all of the time. Settle down with the woman and just settle down. And this guy would have been a millionaire by now. But nope, he's homeless. doesn't have his own vehicle, doesn't have his own home. And he up here walking around with a baby alligator heads around his neck. I showed the video of him when he was younger, right? And you look at how he is now. It's a cautionary tale. Yeah. Thanks to us. Ego is a big problem with Umar too. Someone said black computers only. Only black computers, family. My goodness, I'm just thinking, even if he wants to put together a professional studio, he's going to have the top of the line computers to do that too. And understand that a professional studio just doesn't have one computer to run one software. That's not how it works. And usually in a professional studio, you got Studio A, Studio B, Studio C, some cases Studio D and E. And each one can operate independently, but you have the main one too. There's no way. The amount of money, if it's going to be state of the art, we're talking $1 million. See, and it's not just the equipment, it's the installation, all the wiring that needs to take place. It's also the acoustic that needs to go into these rooms in order to make it a state of the art professional studio. The lighting that needs to go in there, the aesthetics, all that stuff. Umar has no clue. Yeah. All right. Yeah, people have shown pictures. He posted a picture recently when he was a young, looked like a toddler. Yeah, he really has changed over the years. It's really sad. It's a cautionary tale. I mean, this video right here.
My feet are not attractive. I'm just going to tell you. My feet is not attractive, but I need my feet done. Because I stand on my feet. I make a living on my feet. I organize on my feet. I talk on my feet. Everything I do is on my feet and my back, because my back keeps my body up.
What is this guy talking about? Y'all want to come back later, maybe in an hour and a half, and we'll just watch this video. Let me know in the chat room. Hit the 1. Just let me know. Cookie Crush chat. I was going to play. Oh, there's one other section too in this particular video. Let me pull this one back up because the IT question is brought up again. Watch this.
In general, all of our children will graduate knowing how to build a website. Since I'm not a master of information technology, I'm relying on people to help me in those areas. But to give you the general, all of our children will graduate knowing how to build a website. They will all graduate knowing how to produce a documentary. Those two things they will be able to do. We're going to have a state-of-the-art recording studio on campus. So they will also be master music engineers too. So that's the goal.
Music engineering, like a master's music engineering. Okay, what he's really talking about is the engineers that be in there. They could also be associated with the mixing and mastering process. That's not IT, Umar. It's so ridiculous. Dion, can you believe this guy? When I first heard this, my jaw dropped. I said, "What?" But there's another part too. Let me move to this other part. I'll go, Carlina. Let me move to this other part. I said I told him I would come and teach in the summer, and he said he'd rather get one on him. He'd rather get one on him done. I got receipts. Yeah, what do you mean by this? I told him I would come and teach in the summer, and he said he'd rather get one on him done. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you say that again, Fred, in the chat room? Yeah, there's a lot of people that has offered help. I've outlined that over the years, including Brother Darian, rest in peace. He's the one that got me into the IT, told me to pursue a degree in IT. And he was going to help Umar set up a website for free. Umar still doesn't have a school website. Still doesn't have it. Yeah, they're going to be making beats and shit. That's what they're, the Pan African beats. I don't know. Yeah, that's what he said, James. You said a documentary. Is that what Fred was talking about? Yeah, Fred, if you're still here, let me know. I'll be looking inside the chat room. Okay, but let me skip to this other part. Hold on 1 second.
And then I turn it over to the team to create it. Now, if you're interested in being a part of that team that builds that curriculum, send me your resume. Only people for whom I have resumes will be invited to the curriculum committee. Because that will not be a public thing. That will be inside only. The intent is to give people who might actually be working at the school an opportunity to have their hands on the final blueprint that the kids are going to be taught. Nothing worse than seeing a bunch of teachers take a curriculum that they had nothing to do with and have to implement it when it doesn't even make sense to them. So I don't want that. I want them to have a hand in it.
Now, are you
Yeah, he didn't really give a clear answer.
allowed to do any public fundraising for the school?
Okay, let me skip to 2635. Then we get to the other video. We'll close out. I'll set up another live stream for maybe like an hour and a half. We'll start that one. After we're done here, I'll set it up. 2635. Okay, watch this.
Yeah. Send me the resume. I gotta have a resume. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through the resumes, group them all up, see who's good with what. You know what I mean? You need to give me yours too, because when it comes to the whole survival, you feel me? Because remember, a lot of our curriculums ain't gonna be classroom curriculum. The survival. The what do we call that again?
Information technology.
Information technology. We need that.
See, he don't even know what it is. You see that? That's crazy.
Sewing. I want the kids to learn how to sew. Okay? All that farming, natural food, natural hair care. All of those we want to have curriculums for them. And most of them are not legally regulated, so you don't have to have a certification to teach natural hair care. You see? So we want to have everything under the sun. It's going to be a little university.
There's going to be a little university. Okay, real quick. Fred says teach film to the kids in the summer. And he said he'd rather get a documentary on him. Oh my God. Umar was like, I don't care about them kids. I'm trying to get a documentary done on me. On God, family. I put that on. Yeah, if you want to send me receipts, you're welcome to do so. LenonHonor@yahoo.com. My goodness gracious. That sounds like Umar to me. It sounds, yeah, I don't know. We ain't going to do that. Because other thing, though, Fred, is he doesn't even have the infrastructure in place to have you come up there to those abandoned buildings and teach anything, let alone, video editing or film production, anything like that. He doesn't have it. I've yet to see even one computer up inside of these trap bandos after 5.5 years. Not one. So I could see Umar in his, because he's very selfish in that way. I can see him saying, no, I don't need you to come up here to help teach these kids how to put together films or do documentaries or do video editing or video recording. I would much rather focus on getting my documentary done on me. But he still doesn't have a documentary. Yeah, that his documentary was supposed to premiere in 2014. I have the receipts on that. His documentary is over a decade late. And counting. It was supposed to premiere in 2014. That means he was working on it before that. And he collected donations for that for about 8 years, and he still doesn't have a documentary out. Now I'm thinking about doing a part 2 right now. That's why I've been doing this research and going through these older Umar Johnson videos. I was thinking about doing just getting up here live when I go through stuff. I'll put it on double speed and to go through these videos and take notes. And usually what I do is I'll change the speed to like 2 times like this, and I'll just listen.
Yeah. Integration is on the face of the earth. You want to integrate everybody except other black people. What's the first thing black people do except other people suburbs? We hate black people, but we love black people. Yeah. My brother.
That's usually what I do. Okay. All right, let's get back to the other video here. Yeah, I'm really thinking about it. I haven't made a commitment, but I'm doing the research now. No, that would be part of it for sure. Yeah, there's enough. I have enough footage for more than that, actually. So that's why we're releasing in segments, maybe 20, 30 minutes each, and then it all together. And then after it's all done, all those segments, I would take it and compile it all into one, probably about maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 hours, but then also have a soundtrack to it too, and release all that at the same time. That'll be later on down the line. Okay, let's get back to this video. We're gonna start to wind this down. Let me get up out of this here. And again, thank you everyone for tuning on in. If you guys can hit the like button, if you haven't already, I appreciate it. And thanks to everyone who sent in super chat so far. If you send in Cash Apps or PayPal, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I always do. All right, so let's get back to it. Here we go.
Special ed program. We will have programs for disabled children, but special ed is federal, which means that's public dollars. We don't take public dollars. So we will not have a public special ed program.
Gotcha. Thank you. Okay.
What's your views on religion in school?
Well,
he said there won't be a public special ed program. That's crazy.
We will have one of our bona fide curriculums will be African spirituality. You don't have to practice it, but you must study it. So if you say, I want my son to go to FDMG, but he cannot learn about the ancestors, he cannot learn about the way African people worship God, he can't come to the school. No child is exempt from any aspect of the curriculum. And the reason I'm bringing this up is good. I'm glad.
This is another thing that I've been focusing on as I've been doing this research, is that really what Umar wants to create is a cult of children. And part of it is he wants to be in complete control over those children. And he says things like, I don't want the children coming back home to you. Or you parents, you're so horrible. I don't want the children being influenced by you. That's why we want to have a boarding school where they stay with me. Okay, this is like trying to create some sort of a child cult, you know, and then they're forced to, if they're a Christian, you still have to abide to what he's teaching, which in this case, it would be Ifa, at least Ifa. I have a video where Umar states, I'm a Muslim. I'm a practicing Muslim. So with Umar, he has a parent who was Christian. Wait a minute. I think his mama was Christian. His grandma was Jehovah's Witness. His daddy was Sunni Orthodox, I believe. And that's why they changed his name to Umar. It was Jermaine. And then he said he has an uncle who was in the gods of earth. But the point is that Umar, he'll take bits and pieces whenever he can, like a chameleon, in order to tap into a particular demographic of Black people. Okay. But the point is that the notion and idea that however the parent is bringing up the child and whatever the parent is teaching the child, when it comes to religion or spirituality, that doesn't count, that ultimately they still have to learn what he's going to teach him. But that's about domination and control. He wants to be in power and control of these children. It's really, really iffy to me. Okay, something that people need to be very careful about. You don't hand your child over to someone, you're going to be paying them $500 a month. You don't hand your child over to someone who thinks like this, that they have full authority and power to supersede you, whatever your religious beliefs have to be, whatever your spiritual beliefs have to be, if you're Christian, Muslim, or otherwise, that none of that matters, that ultimately your child can't come, even though who's going to pay $500 anyway for their child to come, $500 a month. But the idea that he has that level of power and authority that he can dictate to a parent what is acceptable, and that if you don't abide to his rules, then your child can't attend.
You asked the question, because I've had supporters who intend to send their children to the school, but they want to exempt them from the African spirituality curriculum. Can't happen. They don't have to practice. They don't have to pull libation, but they must know why we do it.
Yeah, I think this is.
They have to get the instruction, but they don't have to participate in the practice. I had one father, he's a big supporter. He said, Dr. Umar, I'm a Christian. I cannot allow my son to learn anything about African spirituality. I said, well, he won't be able to come to the school. I said, it's a shame. And you need to check your hypocrisy. He said, what do you mean? I said, your son go to a public school, right? He said, yeah. They're being taught to worship white people. They're being taught about homosexuality and transgenderism. Yeah. They're being taught that African people can achieve nothing in the world. They're being special educated, medicated, mistreated. You was okay with all that. Look, you was okay with all that. But you're not okay with them learning about how their ancestors worship God, a system you know nothing about.
Yeah, he's making it up.
He had to pause and step back.
Yeah.
He probably still not going to send him to the school, but I just want him to see the hypocrisy of a Black man.
Yeah, there is no school.
And telling a Black man, your son can't come to my school because you don't want them to learn about African spirituality when he goes to a school where he's taught everything about demonology.
So would you be okay with sending
he said demonology,
your child to a school, and hypothetically, in that same situation where, let's say, like, you really want to send your child to the school, but they teach.
These guys don't know. Listen, that's why you need to study Umar. Umar is a deadbeat. He doesn't take care of his kids. He's not an active participant in his daughter's lives. So this question makes no sense. The line of questioning makes, you don't ask Umar, would you send your child? Because Umar doesn't deal with his children. He's a deadbeat. That's what I'm saying. People need to do their research. Okay, they need to know who they're bringing on. Anyway, let me not get frustrated.
Whatever it is, the homosexuality, whatever it is. Are you okay with that, or would you actually want that your child to be exempt from learning those things?
Well, are we comparing homosexuality with African spirituality?
No. I don't want to compare it. I'm just using that because that's the example that you brought up. But you take away that stuff. Let's say it was a Christian school that you really wanted to send your child to, but you wanted them exempt. Like, would you be okay with them being like, you're not
a Pan Africanist Christian Academy? Because if it is a Pan-Africanist Christian academy, I know God gonna look like my children. So although I may not necessarily agree with some of the religious beliefs, I can tolerate it because at least I know they won't be taught self-hate through the imagery.
Got you.
Yeah.
What's the difference between African spirituality and voodoo?
All right, we're gonna stop right. Let me get to the next. There's 4 other segments, then we close out the show. That one's at the 46-minute mark. Let's go there. Here we go.
Tokens, Barack Obama was president. Kamala Harris was
But he's saying you're bringing up individual people. That's tokenism.
I said the benefit. Thank you. The benefit to the community. There's always tokens. Barack Obama was president. Kamala Harris was vice president. Clarence Thomas is on the Supreme Court. Don't give me individuals. How did we win?
I gave you. How did we win? We're not gonna win. Hip hop is still looked at and regarded as a trash dump amongst white people in that music industry. So no, if you're looking for me to say, oh, hip hop in 50 years has made sure that black people now are respected, and no, that's never gonna happen.
What has it done for the people?
It gave you listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
Nigga, I'm leaving.
See how this guy behaves? Don't make me pull it up. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up. Umar, boy, he's so emotionally unstable. But the other thing, I want to be clear about something though. This is also part of the histrionics with Umar. I gave the definition earlier. Histrionic personality disorder is a mental health condition that affects the way a person thinks, perceives, and relates to others. A person with histrionic personality disorder seeks attention, talks dramatically with strong opinions, is easily influenced, has rapidly changing emotions, and thinks relationships are closer than they are. Okay, so I want people to understand that part of it is that Umar does lack emotional control. He's like emotionally disturbed and he gets riled up, he starts ranting. But the other thing is that he knows that it brings him more attention too. So for the attention factor, that's the histrionics, he'll do whatever he has to do in order to get that attention, including doing what he did there. That's y'all's principle. And then of course they're talking about hip hop. I have my criticism of hip hop. I did a documentary on gangster rap. But Umar, Big Papa comes out of Biggie Smalls. I love it when they call me Big Papa. Okay, Umar, he's referenced rap lyrics in the past. He dressed hip hop too. Okay, let's be clear about that too. Sometimes he have on the Siki, but there's times he dressed hip hop. But what's this then right here?
Bells in front of bells, coming for the dreaming. The rust step in his bed, that did the hoops screaming. Did it from money and alcohol, the fiend of the best five balls. The body, the rhythm died. The college, the champion, that's right. He's a low man. Like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know that I'm bad down to no man. To the band, put it up on beat from Dre. To the roof of the leg. From Oakland to West Side. The back down. Show me love.
Show me love.
Inside about it.
This is y'all's principle. You want to be a rapper so bad? He in the club too. Anyway, that's I think I proved my point there. Desiree says, I still have my autographed copy of the hip hop documentary. It was very good. Thank you so much. Yeah, I did a full-fledged documentary dealing with the gangster rap. Yes, yeah, show me love. Hey, Umar, wow. About out of no man. Anyway, here we go.
We're moving. We're literally
people.
It gave you listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
Nigga, I'm leaving.
We're moving. We're literally we're moving goalposts.
It ain't done shit in 50 years for the community. It made individuals rich, and that's it.
It then gave jobs to. It then gave jobs
to. Gave a couple jobs. The drug dealer giving out a couple jobs too.
But the drug dealer is. The drug dealer is essential to the black community in the ghetto. You can't tell me that. Somebody grew up in the hood.
Hip-hop ain't done shit concretely beneficial to the black community. You gave me fashion. The first thing out of your mouth was fashion.
I gave you fashion and you started yelling over me.
What else?
But then also, then there's technological advancement. Podcasting, for example. Look at all the black people that now have access to jobs.
Yeah, and Umar is almost 50. This guy looks like he's what, in his 30s, maybe mid 30s, early 30s. I'd say probably mid 30s. Umar, he's almost 50 behaving like that. Always screaming, over the top, yelling and screaming. Can you imagine him around children?
And ways to make money due to that. We're still talking about rap. We're still
He all breathing all hard.
Talking about cinema. We're still talking about these camera operators, these new people coming up with new.
Let me make it real concrete for you.
I just made it concrete.
No, it wasn't. That was all bullshit.
No,
give
what
me a
you're
relevant,
about to say.
Give me a relevant institution that hip hop built in any community, anywhere in America in 50 fucking years.
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
I told you. I just told you concrete. People that would not have access.
I didn't say individuals. I said an institution.
I said people.
Where's the bank of hip hop for the black community?
The definition of the word people means not an individual. So I'm telling you, people that are now of 50 years ago would not have had access to work
dealing in individualism. I ask you, what did they do for the community? You can't give me nothing because they ain't done shit
people
for
from
the
community can now work in a music industry that there was never going to be a space for them.
What the fuck? That's individualism. That ain't helping us. That's bullshit.
No.
Bull fucking shit.
No.
It's not helping us.
No. What's happening?
Dog, this guy is nuts. This guy is nuts. He can't mix with Monica. He don't know how. It's also, he likes to get the attention. So histrionics too, but this guy, can you imagine? I know. Can you imagine if he was a principal of something happened in the school and how he would behave? I was gonna miss old school. Can you imagine how Umar would act? Any little thing. Look at Umar.
Happening is virtual signaling. That's what's happening. Virtual signaling ain't happening.
That shit. A few people could get jobs. Everybody can say that shit. Elon Musk got a couple black people on the payroll. That don't mean shit.
Elon Musk didn't come from black. He's not a black person.
My point is, you can get a job from anywhere, whether they black or not.
But now
That's
you're
not
getting
a
job.
benefit.
Now black people.
But you're still talking about individualism, bro. A few people. You've been around for 50 years, the most popular music genre in the world, billions and billions of dollars, and all you can tell me about is a few people can get jobs? That's bullshit when you look at the costs that the black community has had to pay for hip hop. A whole generation, 2-3 generations of black kids growing up.
I find it fascinating. Umar is not even looking at the guy. He's looking over away.
Thinking the best thing you can do is be a damn gangster.
Look at him squeezing the what you call it. Well, he's squeezing the bottle.
I can't. That part I can't give you. Does hip hop need accountability? Absolutely. Yes. Does hip hop need a Me Too movement? Overall, do we need to have things in place that make sure we respect women and women are safe working in these spaces? Absolutely. But will I sit here and trash hip hop and say in 50 years, it's done nothing for the advancement of black people? I've given you multiple. You just won't accept them. I can't control what you accept.
Jobs are not institutions. Jobs are not institutions.
A job is within an
institution.
I give you Master P.
Hip hop itself. Hip hop itself is an institution.
That's run by white people. What the fuck you talking about? Jews own that shit. Fuck is you saying? That ain't no institution.
Jews can't own.
White people own that shit.
Jews can own the music business. They can't own hip hop.
Look at this shit.
They can't own hip hop.
Let's cut the blade a little thinner. Bullshit. They run it.
Listen,
they run it.
The Jews can sell the product. The Jews can own the money that goes out for advances. They can't own hip hop.
Go to law school. You would be a great attorney.
Who don't?
They tell you what to do and how to get there.
Who is telling you what to wear? Who is telling you
hip hop stations? White people. Who own all the record labels? White people.
We are in America, which is owned by majority white people. We are statistically only represented by 13%.
Because you do know there's Asians in America, and their number is lower than yours, and they own their own shit.
Right.
So don't give me the fact
but
that
they also weren't brought over here and changed.
It don't matter, bro. We're $2 trillion people.
There's
Why
no
we
way.
can't have our own?
Dr. Umar.
Why hasn't hip-hop done more independent?
There's no way you can continue to keep moving the goalposts like this. There's no way we can. There's no way we can. There's no way we can keep talking about. There's no way we can keep talking about PTSD the way you describe it, and then say, "Oh well, they can't." You have to acknowledge.
Let me tell you what the problem is.
Racist
You know what the problem is?
into this country.
Yeah, Umar need to calm down.
You are one of those hip hoppers who would rather, you're one of them. Y'all going to defend hip hop.
Yeah. He's looking right at Umar, but Umar won't look his way. Yeah.
I'm defending
no
the
matter
people.
how bad,
I'm defending the people.
no matter how negative its impact has been on our people, y'all going to defend it no matter what.
I'm going to defend
For
its people.
you, hip hop is more important than the black community
not
itself.
Not
sure
at all.
it is.
Not
Sure
at
it
all.
is. Sure it
not
is.
at all. Not
Sure
at all.
it is.
I'm
So
one of the.
what are you going to do to make these? What are you going to do to make them accountable to the community?
You would make such a statement, not knowing the work that I've already put in hip hop. No, there ain't no other black heterosexual man standing up the way I'm standing up from the hood saying, yo, hip hop needs an overhaul. Hip hop needs a Me Too. Niggas need to be held accountable for the egregious crimes and ways they've held perpetuated against women.
Let me ask you a question. Hip hop has done more, in my opinion, than any other single institution or system to destroy the public image of black men in America over the past 40 years. I'm not even sure if American mainstream media has destroyed us more than the negative portrayal of black men in hip.
Okay, he makes good points, but in essence, though, Umar, he represents all the negative race-based stereotypes about black men. He's a deadbeat, don't have a job, don't want to work, he's lazy, he's shiftless, live inside mama closet. Let's keep going. Yeah, he goes crazy. Let's go to the next part. There's two other sections, then we'll close this off. 54-minute mark. Let's wait. Did we do this 41-minute mark? No, hold on one second. 41:15.
The gangster.
Jay-Z was gangster shit.
But we've also seen him progress out of it. You don't get to progress. You don't get to progress.
Can I ask you a question? If I sold dope for 30 years, and I gave it up, and now I'm raising my kids, am I off the hook for creating a whole generation of drug addicts?
What have you done to amend for it?
What has he done to amend for it?
He's openly given money to underfunded communities.
Stop. How many schools has he built?
None.
Stop.
Umar, you haven't built any schools either. You ain't done nothing.
How many hospitals has he built?
None.
Stop. How many banks has he built?
Umar, you haven't built any banks. I'm not defending Jay-Z either. I'm just saying Umar.
Built.
None.
How many
Umar hasn't built any banks.
supermarkets has he built?
Umar hasn't built any supermarkets.
None.
I don't care about nothing else you got to say. Relevant institutions, bro. Don't give me no handouts. Don't give me no charity.
In that case, are you any less useful or
absolutely? Because I got two schools and one about to open. You damn right.
But if no one can benefit from the schools, what's the difference?
No, it's not about to open.
As of right now, in this moment, if no one can benefit from said school,
it's a big
then how is it
because
different
even though the children can go to the school right now, you're talking to a man who saved more black children from the school to prison.
Okay, but the question isn't that. And that's all in figment of your imagination too, Umar. You ain't saved nobody. The question is, no one can go to your school. But you see how Umar, he has to divert away from that? Got him. Y'all catch that? Umar is very slick about that.
None.
How many supermarkets has he built?
None.
I don't care about nothing else you got to say. Relevant institutions, bro. Don't give me no handouts. Don't give me no charity.
In that case, are you any less useful or
absolutely? Because I got two schools and one about to open. You damn right.
But if
you don't have any schools, what are you talking about, Umar?
If no one can benefit from the schools, what's the difference? As of right
now, no one can benefit from the school. There is no school. It's been 5.5 years. It's been 20 years altogether. But you see, what does Umar do? He wants to divert away. Watch, it's very slick. Watch this.
Now, in this moment, if no one can benefit from said school,
it's a big
then how is it
because
different
even though the children can go to the school right now, you're talking to a man who saved more black children from the school to prison pipeline than any black man ever walk in this country. So I'm still relevant. How many he saved from the school to prison pipeline?
Everyone he's employed.
How many people he employed? I bet you I saved
from
more
from Rock Nation to Rockefeller.
But my point is, to whom much is given, much is received. I'm not a billionaire.
See that?
He's a billionaire.
Diverting away. Diverting away.
You understand? So, to your point, you can't compare him to me because I'm not a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
A billionaire.
Yeah, but you've raised millions of dollars for a school that does not exist. Okay, let's close this out. There was one other section. It was the 54-minute mark, I believe.
Jobs are not institutions.
A job is within an
institution.
I give you Master P.
Hip hop itself is an institution.
That's run by white people. What the fuck you talking about? Jews own that shit. Fuck is you saying? That ain't no institution.
Jews can't own.
White people own that shit.
Jews.
Well, Umar, that wasn't it. 50. Wait a minute. Can I keep going to the same spot? Hold on one second, everybody.
It wasn't gangbangers.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
lazy.
gangbangers and drug dealers.
It was lazy, opioid addicted.
Okay.
Non-work.
Okay.
Here we go.
However, here you go scapegoating again. You're good at it.
Oh,
but listen, you're very good at it. But guess what?
I'm no better at scapegoating than you are moving the goalposts.
In the 70s, I ain't moved nothing. In the 70s, we just came out of Dr. King's assassination.
Yeah.
Integration was full swing. The colleges was opening up, right?
Yeah.
So at that time, the image of black men still negative because the white man never going to portray as great. But guess what?
But what was that image?
It wasn't gangbangers.
It wasn't. It was
lazy.
It was lazy, opioid addicted.
Okay.
Non-working men that leave the household.
I got you. And how did hip hop help it?
They said, "Well, I'll take control of my own image. I won't let you
project
paint
myself as what?
Whatever I decide to. Whatever I decide to paint me. Whatever I decide to paint me.
And what was that?
What you're doing right now?
Finish.
I'm about to. What you're doing right now is a little bit of what white people do. And what that is saying that because a few people said, oh, I'm a gangbanger.
A few people?
Well, yes.
A few rappers.
A few rappers. Because rappers.
Get the fuck out of here. Did he just say only a few?
How many rappers are there?
Culture,
how many rappers are there? How many rappers have there been? How many famous? How many famous?
He said a few.
Listen, Doc, you know we could do this all day. I'm not gonna yell. I'm gonna wait for you to finish. Then I'm gonna re-ask my same question.
Not being honest is insane. You said out of 40 years, a few rappers were gangster.
Look how Umar won't look at him. He's such a coward. He don't deal with real men. I would have told him to sit down and shut up. That's what I would have told him. I'd looked at him and I said, listen, you think yelling and screaming make you big and bad. You need to sit your ass down and act like a man. You ain't gonna do shit. You're just gonna run your mouth. So sit down and quiet down. Stop acting like a raging bull, like a little boy throwing a tantrum. Sit your ass down, quiet down, and act like a man. That's what I would have told him.
No. I'm saying you can say all rappers were gangsters. How many successful rappers were there? Were there more successful rappers than there are?
This guy don't know what you're talking about. Not all rappers gangsters. Cut it out.
Black men walking regular everyday civilian life.
Now he went to how many were successful. I don't get successful according to who?
Are we not talking about the public?
Guess what?
Are we not talking about the public image?
Guess what?
Are we not talking about the public image?
All right, one other section. Let me skip through it.
Police extermination and economic marginalization.
Hey, Bridget.
And you ain't told me shit yet
that hip hop doing it because it can't.
In 50
it can't.
Bullshit.
That's your job.
Bullshit.
That is your job.
Oh,
you can't put that on hip hop.
Bullshit.
You can't put that on hip hop.
Honest money.
No.
Nigga who want to defend that shit. Fuck out of here, man. Bullshit. Our kids out here dying. Fucking rappers don't do nothing for us. Where the fucking schools at, man? They ain't built one fucking school.
Name me one school that protected somebody from dying.
Well, Kanye
Name me a bulletproof school.
Where they schools
I
at?
just want to know where a bulletproof school is.
The black boys is dropping.
Name me one.
Where the schools at?
What? How many black schools? How many black schools in?
Something wrong with him. That's the only thing I can say. It's not manly behavior. The other thing, he's trying to intimidate the dude. The yelling is the part of the intimidation too. Remember, he did that to Queen Mother when she was trying to get him off the stage. It's the same thing. But now he's standing up over the guy. He wasn't looking at him before, but now he wants to stand up over him. See, where I come from, maybe it's that other guy's younger, but my generation, you don't let no man stand up on like that, look down on you and yell at you like that. They're supposed to be sitting over there. It's not going to pop off like that. But see, Umar, he wants to intimidate this younger man. But if Umar was dealing with a real man, the real man would have already stood up and stomped Umar out. And Umar's marshmallow. All he can do is yell and scream. He ain't trying to get down with the shits, as we used to say. That's not what he's about. Okay, but he'll behave like this to someone who's younger than him that he feels that he can yell at and berate in order to make them back off by intimidating them. He'll do it to women, but he ain't gonna do it to a real man, especially no real man who got some street in him. He ain't gonna do it. But this is supposed to be y'all's principle.
150.
It can't.
Bullshit.
That's your job.
Bullshit.
That is your job.
Oh,
you can't
so
put that on hip hop.
Talking bullshit.
You can't put that on hip hop.
All this money.
No.
Nigga who want to defend that shit. Fuck out of here, man. Bullshit. Our kids out here dying. Fucking rappers don't do nothing for us. Where the fucking schools at, man? They ain't built one fucking school.
Name me one school that protected somebody from dying.
Well, Kanye
Name
did.
me a bulletproof school.
Where they schools
I just want to know where a bulletproof school is.
The black boys is dropping.
Name me one.
Where the schools at?
What? How many black schools? How many black schools in America? That's fine. How many black schools in America? I'm asking you a question. How many black
Dr.
schools?
Umar is standing up.
Dr. Umar, how many black schools? Dr. Umar, how many black schools are in America?
How many schools have rappers?
Look Umar. I'll say, bro, you better sit your ass down. I'm gonna tell you right now. You sit your ass down. You trying to stand over somebody yelling. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. I would give him 10 seconds. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to either sit your ass down or get up out of my face. You got 10 seconds. 9, 8. And Umar would have kept yelling until I got down to 3. A 3. I wouldn't say nothing. 3, 2. Umar sit his big ass there. Look like he got on a wet diaper on and shit. Look at him. Need to go change that diaper, Pooh Bear. You ain't Big Papa. You Pooh Bear. Umar got his pants sack. Look like he got a big dookie in it. Look like he got a whole week worth of dookie in it raw. I'm sorry. I should do. I'm clowning. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said. That's wrong. I apologize. I shouldn't do that. I apologize, everyone. Okay. I apologize. I did take it too far. Umar done boo boo on. He done boo boo on himself. You know them kids, they get them toddlers and they start yelling. They just say boo boo on himself. It's on accident. It's boo boo. All right. yeah, Bridget, because he ain't used to all this. I think they're out there in Toronto in the shed. I'm sorry. All right, let me cut it out. All right, let me get out this chat. Yeah, I know. It's why the baby mama had a special court order, supervised visitation. All right. Who might know boo on himself? This is a school psychologist. This is the man with 6 degrees. I tried to intimidate people by yelling. Okay, yeah. According to Umar, he has 6 degrees. He's a school psychologist. He also says he's a school principal and a vice principal. I have a video where he says he trains superintendents. He's the one who trains superintendents. I can pull it up. And yet, this is how he behaves, Mixers Monica. And this isn't an isolated incident. He went crazy on the Joe Budden podcast. Just the Joe Budden podcast didn't release it. They just kept it for their, I don't know if they have member videos, whatever it is, but they didn't release. But Umar was behaving like this. And Lord Jamar, Mixer Monica, you remember Lord Jamar interview? He was ranting and raging too. But in this case, it's way over the top because he's standing up and moving the mic out the way and acting like a straight clown. Again, I'm going to say this. I think part of it is the histrionics. Okay, it's the drama factor. But I also think that Umar, he's emotionally disturbed too, where he doesn't know how to regulate his emotions, and they're up and down. He'll be yelling, and then he'll sit down, and then he's okay. Well, and then he's back up yelling again, and then he's standing up. This is supposed to be a school psychologist. Nowhere in the United States of America, I don't know in other countries, but no one in the United States of America is a school psychologist going to be behaving like this consistently and still have their job. But see, Mr. Monica, Umar ain't worked as a school psychologist in over a decade. And yet he still pretends as if he's a school psychologist. He's not. Okay. Umar is basically a social media influencer who takes any and every opportunity to get attention. If that means attacking people, you know, like I want to say Kamala Harris, I apologize. Or attacking people like Oprah, or attacking people like Beyonce, or attacking people like Barack Obama. It doesn't matter. It's all to get attention. This guy, he's gone after so many different people, but it's all to get attention. And see, if Umar doesn't do that, then the views don't follow. And he needs the views. He needs the attention. And so a lot of this is him acting, but then there's also a part of it, there's a core component of it. It's just he doesn't have the emotional maturity to regulate his emotions in these situations. And so he starts ranting and raging. That's precisely what he's doing here. Okay. Hey, son. Thanks for super chat, Mixers, Monica, and who else? Tata, thank you so much. Iceman Vat brought up a good point. He wouldn't act like that on Vlad TV. He most definitely would not. I've talked about this too. Umar, he really feels superior to black people. Okay, I think that comes out of him going to private school at the military academy, and him thinking himself better. He says that the academy didn't have a lot of white people, but I have a sense that it had a lot of white people. And so he actually grew up quite privileged, you see, and in his own mind, because he got to go to private school. In essence, it's a private school. Okay. And it's called, I think it's William. No, that's not what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but it's not in business anymore, but it was at that time. It was a military school for military veterans, their children, but he was the only one sent there. So him going there, I also have a sense that he feels like he's better than his siblings too. And it filters out into how he talks about black people to this day, but he always has respect and reverence for white people. He may say stuff like white supremacy and all this kind of stuff, but if you put him in a situation, he will bow down to white people. Right? And so if he's on Vlad TV, you should see how prim and proper Umar was. Yes, sir. You call him Vlad TV, sir. Sitting up there, had a little chain on and stuff. Trying to be hip hop, right? Vlad TV is mainly hip hop. See? But he would never behave like that on Vlad TV. But he will behave on black shows, and especially if there's younger black people, and they're, you know, because a real man wouldn't have let any dude talk to. See, and I'm not even saying this about Umar, but if I was in a situation like that, if it was anybody, I don't care if Umar or anybody else, because I want to make it personal. I'm not going to have some other man yell at me like that. It's not going to happen. And I would just very calmly say, listen, you're going to have to turn your tone. You got to turn your volume down on your voice and change your tone. Otherwise, we're going to have to end this conversation. And if you keep yelling at me like this, then it's going to be a problem. And I would say it not as a threat, but say it in a very calm voice. And then it's up to the other person. Now, they want to keep yelling and stuff. Okay, I'll excuse myself. But you keep yelling at me at a certain point, you stand up over me, there's going to be some furniture moving, as Charles Barkley says. See, but Umar don't deal with real men. And see, a real man wouldn't do a brother like that either. That's the other thing. See, a real man wouldn't disrespect the platform that they have, the brother sitting over there in the corner. They wouldn't be disrespecting the brother who has a differing opinion, regardless of what you may think about his opinion. I mean, it's hip hop. It's like whatever. But you don't disrespect. A real man doesn't go out his way to disrespect another man like that. You just don't do it. Okay. But Umar would do it because he has no respect. He feels that he's superior to black people. And then, of course, he's emotionally, he has no self-control whatsoever. He's a problem. But if he was on Vlad TV, Iceman Vamp, he wouldn't behave like that. I guarantee it. And I highly doubt that Vlad TV would have allowed it to get to that point either. See, he'd be like, no, we're going to have to cut this, or you don't have to calm down before we keep going. But Umar, he up here ranting and raging. Look at him. Yeah, thanks, Iceman Vamp.
Zero.
No.
Zero.
Kanye built one.
You keep trying to fuck it up. How many? I'm just really asking.
Let me make some shit up.
How many black schools are in America today? I know you know. Because it's a direct answer to your question. How many black? Okay, I will take it. All right, I don't need it. Let's take it out the way. Let's take it out the way. Let's take it out the way.
Listen.
See how Umar calmed down a little bit.
You don't plan on holding hip hop accountable for none of the problems it has introduced in the black community.
You keep saying that, and that's a lie.
You're make an excuse whenever
that's
we
a lie.
The role gangster rap has played.
We can talk about the role. We can talk about the role, but let's not make the role bigger than what it is.
It is big.
It is big. I said let's not make it bigger than what it is.
Fatherless black boys.
That ain't hip hop. Fatherless black boys ain't hip hop. Stop doing that.
Black people.
Fatherless boys. There wasn't no hip hop in the 70s. That wasn't hip hop. So when niggas started walking out on their families, when men started walking out on their families, it wasn't because of no, that ain't it. So stop doing that.
Thank you.
See, this other brother stood up to kind of try to keep Umar at a distance.
There was no one promoting. There's no one promoting.
See, I wouldn't let no man step to me like that. I just wouldn't do it. You supposed to be sitting way over there. You get up, you acting crazy, and you start coming closer and closer. I wouldn't allow it. And you know what?
Hip hop glamorized that shit.
Walking out on your kids.
Sexual exploitation.
Walking out on your kids.
Okay. To be clear, blaxploitation was a precursor to hip hop. Okay, so that's not an accurate statement that Umar is making. Again, I'm not defending hip hop. Okay, I've already had my criticism of it in a documentary on gangster rap. But understand that this notion and idea that hip hop is what brought in this idea of abandoning your family. No, that was in blaxploitation films. Pimp culture itself. That's not about family dynamics. And Umar, who are you the one to talk about, walking out on families when you're a deadbeat, you're an absentee father? See what I'm saying? You have no business. And sexually exploiting women, okay, that was in blaxploitation film extensively. Pimp culture was one of the main themes in blaxploitation film, and you don't get much more deeper in terms of the sexual exploitation of black women than pimp culture. By the way, Umar, you should be talking about that because you always talking about sexually exploiting black women and crushing the cookies, etc. I mean, we're gonna get to this video a little bit later. I'll set it up after this live stream, but here you are in the bed trying to sexually exploit black women. Look.
So my lower back, my feet, my head. I always use my head to think. My lower back supports my sternum, and I stand on my feet. Those are the three most important parts. Back, feet, and head. I need a cranium, lower back, and ugly feet massage. Where my queens at? Is there any queens who love me enough to touch these ugly feet? Are there any African queens out there loyal enough to the Prince of Pan Africanism?
Here we go.
Oh, I need a massage.
Oh, we're going to do this live stream after this live stream. Give me I'll set it up. I'll probably take a 35-minute, 45-minute break till we get back to it. But this guy's so thirsty. He moaning and see, this is all about the sexual exploitation of black women. All this cookie talk about crushed cookies. So what you talking about? Okay, let's finish this other one up. Here we go.
Ain't that the same thing?
In the 70s,
when
when
we went back to the 70s. Listen.
Yo.
Yes.
What in the world is this?
No.
I love you, Doc.
I love you,
Doc. I love you.
I love you.
Like I need you to know. I need you to know. I love you.
Hip hop glamorized sexual exploitation of black women.
Yeah, but Umar, you do the same thing.
Glamorized, popularized. I'll say it popularized it.
Yes.
Yes, the answer is yes.
No, it's not. Don't answer for me. My answer was it popularized.
But that's
it.
your answer.
Glamorized is different.
You better go to law school.
Your answer is yes.
Great.
What they call it, ethos, pathos, and
Listen, the more subscribers we get,
these goofies. I'm sorry. This dude had a Crenshaw. What you call? I know you ain't talking about Crenshaw in L.A. Then got these short shorts on with the light blue and look like some of the anime shorts. Let this man stand over you and talk like that. You better not be from Crenshaw. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go there like that, but you better not be from Crenshaw. Because ain't no real people, real men from Crenshaw gonna let that happen, period. It's just not gonna happen. And here this goofy get on here. Let's see what Urkel got to say. Hold on 1 second. I'm just playing. Let's see what Urkel got to say.
The better the guests get. So please hit subscribe and support this Black-owned independent podcast. All right, see you in the show.
You do embody what we believe to be a hustler, a positive hustler. Let's say that.
I got you.
And you've been doing
amazing. All right, cool. So
what in the world? Let me see what. Let's. What he said. You're a hustler. Hold on 1 second.
That's the rigorous hiring process. So if you're looking for a top talent for your marketing company or for your marketing overall, the best quality.
You don't get that baby without the positive push.
14 years straight, and to be here still doing it. About to embark.
When men started
glamorize sexual exploitation of black women.
Glamorize, popularize. I'll say it popularized it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes.
No, not. Don't answer for me. My answer was it popularized.
That's your.
He did. He got on the Tyler Crenshaw Mafia Tyler fit. Thanks, Tata. We finished.
Glamorize is different.
You better go to law school.
Your answer is yes.
Great.
What they call it?
This guy got on some short shorts with flowers on them. I said, and then it say Crenshaw. You got to be kidding me. What is this world coming to?
Listen, the more subscribers we get, the better the guests get. So please hit subscribe and support this Black-owned independent.
Like me, people like Alex, just send a message out to those people, because you do embody that. What do you say to them?
Great point, brother. I like the.
Like me, people like Alex, years straight.
Right. On the net.
Listen, the more subscribers we get, the better the guests get. So please hit subscribe and support this.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay,
podcast.
he can't be from Crenshaw then.
You do embody what we believe to be a hustler, a positive hustler. Let's say that.
I got you.
And
Umar's a positive hustler. It turns all day. Okay, yeah, it's got to be, because there ain't no way. People I know from Crenshaw, they ain't having it. It ain't gonna happen, family. Okay. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. I'm gonna set up another show. It'll probably start, let's say, in about 45 minutes. I'll set it up right after the show is over with, and we'll be picking up with this video. It's a shorter video, so it probably shouldn't take too long. Let me see, it's 17 minutes, and we'll get through that one in about 45 minutes. And then tomorrow we'll come back and we'll get into Umar's Kamala Harris rant. He said he's banned off of Instagram, so it's going to be a while before he starts getting up there acting crazy. I want to thank everyone inside the Cookie Crush chat. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you have not hit the like button, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit it. I appreciate it. Thanks to the mods for handling the business. Said Blue Flower Daisy Dukes. My goodness. And I also want to thank everyone who sent in super chats. If you send in CashApp or PayPal, thank you so much. And thanks to the mods too. Okay, you guys are very much appreciated, each and every one of you. And then we will be back tomorrow. There was one last thing. I think this was from. Let me see. Someone has sent in a super chat asking. I thought it was you, Lewis. Probably no, that wasn't it. Chester Ridge opening date. Is that okay? No. I thought someone sent in a super chat asking for a video. Oh, here it is. Right. Okay. So this is from Lewis. That says, I request. Can you play Umar when he said they would have never? Yeah. Never given my baby. Which one is that? That is. That's the video where he has on the gray suit. That's the For Good video. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, it's not coming. Oh, I know why. Okay, y'all might have to pull. Oh wait, no, that's not. I want to get the Facebook version. I do have it. The murder. Okay, I'll tell you what. A little stuck. I'll pull it up in the next live stream. Okay, matter of fact, I'll do the intro, and then the first thing we'll do in the next live stream is we'll pull that video up and we'll show that part, and then we'll get into the video. where Umar is laying in bed and just obviously the thirst is real. But I'll be sure to have that for you for the next live stream. Hopefully you can come on back and check that out. If not, that's okay. Just come back and it'll be archived for you. Thanks for the super chat though. Okay, I appreciate it. Lenon, you got to cover Tiffany Haynard and Dalton, Illinois. Yeah, I've heard about that. It's been big news and stuff. I just haven't kept track, so I don't even know where to begin. But there's a lot of people covering it, and it gets a lot of views. Maybe I should look into it, but I've been so busy with other things. Right now, what I've been focusing on is going back into the archive and checking out Umar videos from the first time he appeared online in video format, and then taking notes and bringing it forward. And I think I'm in the year 2000. Let's see, this is 2014, 15. I've gotten into the year 2016. So I want to get all the way to 2019 and then put together a series of documentaries to cover that timeline. And then after I get to that, then I'll start from 2019 when he purchased the abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware, and then do the next, 5 years. It's a lot of work though. I haven't committed to it yet, but I've at least started the process. So that's what I've been focusing on. But I've heard about the situation and it's big news, and it has been for quite some time. Okay, I want to end it here, but I will have that video for you, Louis Duck. Just hold on. I'll have it for you for the next live stream. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. Again, I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for tuning on in. And to close out, let's go with this, since we're talking hip hop. Here we go.
Bells about a bell, collar full of dreaming. And I step in his bed, that nigga who's screaming. Did it from money and alcohol, the fiend of the best five balls and jump and superstar. I do the body, the rhythm died. The college, the champion. That's right. What we do? He's a low man. Like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know that I'm bad down to no man. To the man, put it up on beat from Dre. To the root of the leg. From Oakland to West Side. The back down. Show me love. Inside about it. West Side, where y'all at? I rocks with California.
Yeah, Umar, but you know what? We don't rock with you. All right. Thank y'all so much. I'll talk with y'all very, very soon. Thank you again for tuning on in, and love y'all. Take care. Peace.